Previously on Dark Heresy.
Tasked with heading to the mountain to investigate the sighting of a door hidden into the base of a plateau, Vernetta and her team readied themselves for the journey. Gladstock asked Siegfried to wait behind for a few moments, and once the fallen lord left the briefing room, Vernetta suggested to Siegfried that they give Gladstock the orb for a while. He seemed to be having difficulty keeping the Slough in check. Vernetta and Siegfried retrieved the orb for Gladstock, who absorbed the Xeno device into his body. Siegfried briefly seeing into the exterior, through the exterior of strange metal worms that made up Gladstock's body, and seeing a thing that I can't specify yet because Johnny still isn't here. The group then grabbed some extra gear from the armory and infirmary. Jarek offered to carry some of Vernetta's equipment. The tech priest seemed quite heavily laden. And you headed out of the mansion, seeing Dirty Ken trying to dispose of last night's waste, and Ferenus spotted across the chasm, standing in the mouth of the cave he calls home, Horace the Birdman, who watched your group intently. Pleasantries were exchanged with Jax and Strang as you headed out of the carnival, up the elevator to the lower hive. Vernetta soothed the platform's struggling machine spirit as you ascended, before Ferenus piloted Mesmeron's stretched ground car to the landing field high above, where security simply let you through. Pressure point, you noticed, guarded this ornithopter yard. Vernetta took the helm of the rented aircraft, piloting you with ease to the distant, lonely mountain, and once there, it became quite obvious there was something not quite right. It looked almost artificial. The peak of the mountain was a wide, flat plateau, obviously cut in such a way to allow the construction to take place, and you could see scaffolds and prefabs that made up this failed project where 6 lords had tried to build an orphanage. But it was not this that interested you. This is not why you were here. On the far side of the mountain was another plateau halfway down the side of the mountain, and it was here that you alighted, seeing these large metal doors set into the earth and rock that Vernetta's servo skull had picked up a few days earlier. It was obvious there had been attempts to camouflage these doors, but signs of recent and frequent use had disturbed some of the clever use of paint and natural materials affixed to the entrance. Ferenus spotted a grate in the floor, hidden off to one side, and you used this to gain entry to what appeared to be some sort of underground facility. Following the air vent you found, you were led to a large chamber with dozens of monotask servitors standing idly. Each bore a neural link almost identical to the ones that Vernetta and Otto wear. Except these ones appeared to be directly attached to the skull rather than via cerebral plugs. And each servitor carried a tray, upon which were small metal boxes which contained another neural link. And Ferenus took a number of these and began fantasizing about controlling his own servitor. There were crates here too, full of focusing lenses for las weapons, ranging in size from small pistol gauge devices to larger versions, suitable for use in man-portable las cannons. In a second chamber, you found more servitors, but these ones were heavily armed and armoured combat servitors. Vernetta took control of a number of the heavy flamer variants and torched the group, saving one for herself. Ferenus took another link from one of the combat servitors. And there were 3 other servitors here. They appeared to be configured for heavy mining duties, and Vernetta took their links, and Spring grabbed a few boxes of lasgun focusing crystals. And there were more crates in this room that held even larger las focusing arrays, perhaps designed for weapons to be fixed onto vehicles or in fixed positions. And Vernetta spotted a number of common component parts that she recognized as starship parts. Passing into another chamber, you encountered the first active servitor, a heavy combat variant with a dual heavy stubber configuration, and it blasted the doorway as you entered, pinning some of you in place. Luckily, no one was wounded. and Vernetta sent in her new pet servitor as Tichilos, Spring, and Siegfried leapt into action and put the creature down. A second servitor then joined the fray, but you quickly dealt with this one too. Theranos took a bulky power-clawed servo arm from the scorched remains of these servitors. "We lose a lot of limbs around here," he explained to Jarek. And Jarek, at Theranos' insistence, took a leg from the body of one of these servitors. And you found a number of other things packed into crates in this area, hundreds and hundreds of neural links packed into individual boxes, which Jarek promptly burned. And there were parts for common ground vehicles, food rations, and tools. And there was a huge door which, upon opening, appeared to lead back to the surface of Desalium, and dusty tracks could be seen on the ground, indicating a large vehicle, possibly a Cargo 8, had used this tunnel to access this facility. But you headed in the opposite direction, back through the chambers you had already visited, to another large door you had seen, and headed deeper into the facility. Along a long corridor, you found the next section of this hidden place. And there you found a scene of destruction. Doors ripped from hinges, blood trails on the floor, shattered glass. Something or someone had escaped from a cell, and in the adjacent cell, you found a man. Short, broad, squat, you might call him. You freed him, and he introduced himself as Theodorus Glenson, or Ted. He was a member of the Forge Master caste, an underclass of the Mechanicus here in the Calexis sector, and he had been brought here to Desalium by Somnus Halbrel for a unique opportunity to work with cutting-edge technology. When Ted had seen that this tech was heretical, xenos in nature, he had refused to work for the heretic. Halbrel subdued Ted and fitted him with a neural link, and ever since, Ted's actions have not been his own. He had been forced to work with this heretical equipment, forging items of various shapes out of a strange black metal. You followed the blood trail from the cell next to Ted's and found a hulking man feasting on the remains of some heavy combat servitors, and he heard your approach. "Finally, some fresh fucking meat!" he bellowed as he charged at you. Canny barreled into combat against you. Some of you were confused. Surely Canny was down in the gallows way with Gaius and the others. Vernetta freaked out. But Spring realised it was not your pit fighter friend, and with Ted's help, you brought Canny down, Ted delivering the killing blow. But Vernetta took this badly. "You monster!" she screamed as she began to slap ineffectively at Ted. Spring showed you all the tattoo on Canny's neck. The barcode. 1164. Spring was right. This is not Canny. Okay. Put you back on the map. Here we are.
We're not going to set them up tonight, are we? I'll put it away.
Yeah.
The huge bloody mess of what appeared to be Canny lays dead on the floor at your feet. Vernetta tries in vain to attack Ted, the Forge Master. Ted tries to calm her. "That's not your friend, lass," he says. Theranos attempts to restrain Vernetta. "V," says Spring. "That's not Canny. It's not your fella, okay?" Spring places a hand on Vernetta's cheek and gently turns the tech priest's face towards her own. And Vernetta, you see something in the young girl's face you haven't seen before. Her usual, slightly wild, crude demeanour is missing now, and there's a softness there, a warmth, an empathy, And you
Nicole
see
says hi.
tears. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Collie.
Everyone says hi.
You see tears begin to well in one eye. Vernetta, make a willpower test.
That's a great way to start the game, Dave.
Mm-hmm. I thought so. It was either that or a bolt round through your head. I wasn't sure.
That can be arranged.
Pass. 4 degrees.
As you look into the tear-filled eyes of Spring, you hear a voice. A playback from your memory banks triggers as you make eye contact with the young girl. But it's not your memory. This girl we found aboard the Reckless, there's something odd about her. My initial instinct was to throw her from an airlock. I do not tolerate stowaways and thieves aboard my vessel. But curiosity got the better of me, and I peered into her mind. She has survived alone aboard a number of vessels and orbital stations since she was a young child. This takes considerable luck or skill. Either way, she could prove useful. The recording of Inquisitor Mesmeron's voice ends. Vernetta, you snap back to reality. Spring still has one hand to the cheek of your face, and she wipes a tear away from her eye with the back of her gauntlet. She looks confused for a moment, and she glances down at Canny. It's not him, she whispers. And she's right. It's obvious now. The fear that this short little man had just killed your whatever he is to you is gone. You feel a little silly now, thinking it was him.
My fat lover.
Relief washes the shock and horror away from you. You feel oddly calm. And besides, although his face is similar, you think Canny's got a few pounds on this guy. And Spring stares down at the corpse of the not Canny, and her breathing is ragged, as though she's on the verge of sobbing. Slowly her breaths slow down. Tears still linger in the corner of her eyes, and she smiles weakly. And she looks at you face to face. So very close. His red got out, she says, and then she removes her hand from your face. It's over to you guys.
Kick before.
You're going to what?
Kick the dead body. Fake imposter. Never, not as good as the real thing.
Vernetta's going to wince slightly as the boot of Ferriner slams into the corpse.
Okay, so at the minute you are not in initiative order until you start to move beyond this chamber. We'll keep you out of any sort of particular order. If you want to have a look round this chamber, feel free.
Okay.
And Ted, you know about this chamber. You're aware what this place is. If you want to explain to these people what any room is that you encounter as we go through this, just
Is there any
tell
of the
me.
black metal lying around?
Okay, so yeah, there is. Not lying around. So you know that this is what's known as the shaping chamber.
I think I explained it last time what I was doing.
Yeah. So yeah, you did explain what you were doing. So this is the room where it actually happened, although you wouldn't be in this room. You control this room from another room,
Okay.
which is to the north of this room. You'd know that. In this room, basically, what would happen is these heavy servitors would bring in various chunks of ore that had been cleaned up. They're cleaned up in another room. All rock and sediment is washed away from them, and then the lumps of rock are brought here, and you would operate the machinery here. You've never seen the actual machine. You get the impression that the machine itself is underneath this circular area, but you could see the circular area from where you would be through cameras, and basically the black metal lumps would be placed in the circular area. You would manipulate the controls, and somehow, you're not entirely sure how the equipment worked, the metal would be shaped. And it would be shaped into geometric shapes like spheres, pyramids, cylinders, cones, cubes, and sometimes stranger, more abstract designs. And then it would be packed up into crates like the ones you see on the map. And then it would be taken away, and you don't know where it went after that.
How many items did you make, Ted?
How many items did I make, Dave? I don't know the days, the weeks, the months. I don't know how long I've been here. It's all blurred into one.
Give me an intelligence roll, Ted. Because you don't know exactly how long you've been here. You haven't always been in control of yourself.
Dwarf that would record such a thing.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it.
But time has run together a little bit for you because you've been getting controlled. What you do know without
this thing in my head, I don't know if it's time was not real.
What you do know is that some days you would make many of these objects in a day, and other days you might not make any. It seemed to depend on when the ore was brought to you. You're not exactly sure how many or for how long, but the best guess, you would say the number of items you've made is in the thousands.
Christ.
Drusus! God! Emperor.
And I might as well talk straight to Dave. Does Ted have any idea where the metal actually comes from?
No. What would happen? So I'll tell you what Ted knows, assuming you want to tell them what you know.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So you would be brought from your cell to a chamber to the north of here, the chamber immediately north, and that's the control room for this room that you're currently in. And from there, you would manipulate the device, and you'd see the servitors bring in the black ore into this chamber you're now in. You also know that the ore was brought into this chamber from a room that is also to the north of where you currently are. So basically, the room where you are now is where the black metal is shaped. The room north of you is where you would control the machinery. The room north of that is where black metal ore was stored.
Okay.
Other than that, you don't know much about this facility.
What's this machine do here? Can I have a look at it?
That machine there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me a tech use test. With a plus 20 for this. All right. You're not entirely familiar with this bit of kit. It's definitely Imperial, but it's not something you've seen before. It looks like what it's doing is converting electricity, the cabling that goes into it that you can detect power sources coming through seems to feed from elsewhere in the base, from a generator or fuel source. But there's cables coming out of it that snake into the floor that don't look Imperial. You think what this is a device that converts Imperial power into whatever it is the device beneath the floor uses. Basically, it's a converter from Imperial to Xenotech.
See.
Managed to measure Imperial after all. It's like from going Imperial to metric, is it?
Yeah, basically that's what it's doing. Or it's going from AC to DC, something like that.
Fairness is obsessing over the servitors a bit on the floor. Again, you can't get enough of this mechanical madness of like servitors with heavy weapons on them. Thinks might be in.
These particular ones don't have heavy weapons. What they do have, they both have large, like power claw type things. You know, the Sentinel variant that you can get, like the loader variant, it's a bit like the thing out of Aliens. They've got hands like that. They look like they're designed to fetch and carry heavy things.
Okay.
Can I maybe carry them away like Chewie does with C-3PO?
Just drag him off in a net.
Let me just have a look at how much
Turn
you're
it into a
carrying.
backpack, you mean?
Well, it's even like it's quite good, but it's also better. I think. I don't know if it's just bench pressing it or if I can carry around.
Dragging. You've got different weight categories. I know where this is actually. Give me.
Yeah, you've got weight categories for lifting, pushing, and carrying. You can lift more than you can carry. You can carry more than what your carry limit is, but you start to take fatigue tests.
Yeah, but like the Forge Master also, or the Lathe Master can carry more.
Yeah,
What's your strength and what's the total of your strength and toughness in number? Tell me that, and I can tell you what you can do. I'm on the chart right now.
So in total, I've got 93.
What
So
with your
9.
strength and tough? That's
Yeah,
a 9.
strength and toughness
Right, you've got
combined is 93.
carrying 67 kg, lifting 135 kg, pushing and pulling 270 kg. So you'd probably be able to drag the servitor.
At the moment, you're carrying 13.2 kilos.
Oh, I did my first bit of GM aid there. Hey.
Yeah, nice. Thank you for that, by the way. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
So you could strap one of these servitors. If you could make like a rig or a harness or use rope or whatever to tie it to your back, you could carry it, but it would put you over the carry limit. With all its augmetics, it's quite a heavy thing. After so long, you would have to start making fatigue tests. So it'd be toughness tests every hour, basically, after so long, and then it would start giving you fatigue if you failed.
What was that thing?
Can I check this case here that's on the wall or it's propped up? I don't know.
Yes, you can. You don't need to make a roll. It pops open quite simply. It has a partially used med kit in it.
Okay.
Oh.
I think I'm good for meds, so I'll just leave it there.
Okay.
Can I open one of these crates?
Mm-hmm. You can.
Open this one. This one.
Yep. Okay. Just make a note that you're opening a crate. Inside the crate, you prise the lid off quite easily. It's a metal crate, but it comes open fairly simply. And within, there is a number of foam inserts like trays. Think of like a KR multi-case. But in each of the inserts is a cube, a perfect cube of black metal. There's 9 of them.
Don't touch these lads. I think we've found a quarry.
Make a perception check.
Perception.
Straight
Submit.
perception, not awareness. Yep. Okay, right. So you've been in the presence of some of the other orbs. Mesmeron had 5. Obviously, Gaius and the other guys found one, and you've been around them a couple of times, and you know that when you're near them, they give off this feeling that something isn't quite right. These cubes do not give off that feeling.
Okay. Would I be able to wrap something? Drop maybe one of my limbs, and wrap something around it and take one of these trays instead of cubes as evidence.
Yeah, if you want to.
Can I? My race is more resistant to that than you, lad. If you need that as evidence, let me take it for you.
That'd be most grateful. Then I don't have to discard this beautifully functionable servitor arm, which I salvaged earlier. Care to take a look?
Okay, so the cubes are about 4 or 5 inches across. And I tell you what, I'm going to do you a favour here, Ted. You also know in a locker in the corner here, there is a backpack. There you go. You can have a backpack.
Yes, buddy.
Luxury.
Luxury.
There's also some good pipes on walls. Yeah, so you've got a backpack. You can fit 9 of these cubes in really easily. There's a bit of space left as well.
How many would be wise to take?
Let's have a think. You reckon you could probably get 20 in the backpack of these cubes?
Maybe I can come back for a silver to later.
Looking at the depth of the crate as well, you think there's probably... Let's have a think. 9. There's probably 36 cubes in this crate, in layers. 9.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not so bad then. Like half a crate's worth. Right, go on then. Let me try maximise what's in the what's in the backpack, and I'll leave the servitor. I've got a feeling that when we get back here again, the place will be cleaned out.
They're not very heavy, these cubes, either. They only weigh about 1 kilo each.
Can I pop another crate?
Sure. Which one?
The other one next to me. I did the middle one. I'll do the bottom one now.
Okay, very similar configuration, but in this one, there are black orbs, and they are just like the one that you've seen Gladstock obsess over. But again, you've already rolled, you don't have to roll again. You don't feel that strange uneasiness from these.
I think... okay, I'll let everybody know that these are here, and then I'll move over to this crate and pop that and carry on popping the crates. See what I can see.
Okay, so this particular crate is full of what look like small black pyramids. Same thing again, but these ones are pyramid shaped. The 4th crate only has 6 objects in, and these are a more... each one is unique. They're strange abstract designs, odd spirals, non-uniform shapes. And Ted, you know that you made these.
Nice
you don't
work,
know
Ted.
why you made them. You just basically made them against your will.
I like to make things. It's a shame
Ted,
to do it for these.
I guess the shapes are for different purposes. Perhaps perhaps there's
should
another stage in the process which makes them gives them their real power.
Yeah, I do think we should maybe take one of each shape, though.
Do they
You know, if there's a big puzzle board,
psychically active? Do they have some kind of... Is it just metal? Is there any kind of matrices in them, like kind of crystalline?
Ooh, that's a little meta duck kicking in there. Okay, so what you know is the reason...
Yeah, true. I don't know what Ted would know. Like,
What you do know is that when...
Oh no, he is. Squat's got a Xenos tech. So I don't know if he's ever come across anything Eldar, but he might do because of Squats and Eldar have a history, don't they?
Have you got any sort of forbidden law or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No,
So
I
what?
don't think so. Tech use, common law, machine, common law tech. I think I'm just wondering if that's something from being a squad.
What you do know, Ted, is when Somnus Halbrel brought you here, one of the things he explained to you was that the material you would be working with was psi-active.
Yeah, that's it.
And the reason he chose you was, well,
We're not.
the reason he chose one of your people is you're resistant to psi-active materials. So you do know that these do have some sort of psychic resonance, and Theranos and Vernetta and everyone else also know that the orbs that you've encountered are more than just psi-active and psi-reactive. They have active abilities that can affect people. Vernetta,
So maybe there's some kind of prism that something casts a power through to control someone.
Vernetta, do you want to make a logic roll while I just grab a beer?
Sure. Illogical.
I think we should
use my reroll.
destroy them all after we've taken what we want.
If you can. I'm going to be right back.
Oh, have you got logic as well, James?
It's a basic skill.
Ah, yeah, of course it is.
What's
Yeah.
it? 24.
Yeah.
I'll re-roll that. Actually, it'd make more sense for me to bounce ideas off Vernetta. She's going to logic roll.
Yeah, just because with things like that as well, you can basically talk amongst yourselves and bounce ideas, and it can be counted as assisting, and you can give each
Yeah,
other a
that's
plus.
what I mean. So,
Yeah.
may as well I just assist her, and that first one would be a pass.
Yeah, I've got a horrible feeling that Ted and Vernetta are going to be a GM's worst nightmare when they work together on stuff, because they've got like a lot of crossover with skills.
Dig last. Dig toward the planet core.
Ted, do you reckon you could put a few more cubes out your bag and took a couple of all those strange ones, and or at least one of those strange ones, and one of each shape?
Sure.
I'm not sure that as would need them all.
Just make sure you tell the Inquisition I was cooperative.
Oh, of course, Ted, of course.
Did they say? I think they said they were probably included.
Yeah, they haven't identified themselves to you. So, tell me exactly how many items you want to fit. The more abstract objects are bigger. Some of them are heavier, some are light.
34, that's what it is. Strength bonus doubled for lifting and carrying.
That's it, yeah, so you can carry quite a lot. So your strength is, 5 or 4?
It says 9. Oh, sorry. 9 in total.
Right, strength bonus would be 8. 8 plus 5, so a total of 13.
Yeah, so you can lift and carry. What's 13, Hayden? Have you got that to hand?
Yeah, carry is 225 kg, lift 450 kg, and push nearly a ton, 900 kg. So you could easily drag a box out.
You could easily fill your backpack up with this shit and carry a servitor if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Fair play for pushing a ton. I mean, That's pretty.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Without wheels.
I'd love to see you encounter a space marine and just slowly push it.
Slowly push him around. Well,
Just a
you're
massive
remember,
space marine going, "The fuck are you doing? Why are you pushing me away?"
I mean, we did climb up some like a ladder or climb down a ladder to get here, so it might not be so easy to get things up and down that ladder unless we can find another route back.
There is also that you found the big entrance where the cargo 8 came out as well, didn't you? So
Would that lead right back up to where the flyer is? Do we think?
no. However, Vernetta with her neural array could possibly remotely pilot the shuttle within a limited range.
Okay. So I wouldn't mind keeping the servitor, weapon servitor as well. Just I think it's neat.
If you said that out loud, Ferris is going to nod his head enthusiastically.
Perhaps the servitor can carry some as well. Shall we maybe have a look at some of the other rooms, especially the room where we think this stone has come from?
So
Okay.
before you move on, just clarify exactly what is Ted taking out of the black metal objects, because originally he said 20 cubes, but Fairness has tried to persuade him to take some of the other stuff. So the cubes, the spheres, and the pyramids are all around the same size and weight. But the more abstract ones, some of them are a bit bigger. They're not massive. You could still fit a few of them in. So if you want to tell me roughly what you want to take, I'll tell you, if you can or can't take that.
Well, can I strap one of the big ones to my backpack?
You've
Tie it
probably got
on
room to
like
put
I
one
would
in
a
your
bedroll.
backpack.
Rather. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put one of the big ones in my backpack. Because they're all different shapes, aren't they? 4 or 5, did you say?
Yeah, they're all they're very odd shapes. They're irregular. They're a bit strange looking, some of them. But yeah, you
Shall
can
we put
take
them?
one of them.
Okay.
Ted, what are you taking?
Um.
Remember, there's the other guys as well.
Yeah. So. I'm going to take a servitor. I'm going to fill my backpack full of one of each item and the rest of the backpack full of cubes. So whatever that turns out to be.
Okay. One of the weird objects, one of the pyramids,
Oh yeah, psychic resistance.
one sphere.
Please.
As you pick up the servitor, James, I'm going to say to you, bloody hell, you've had your space fix this morning.
My space fix. Hey, we've got a sturdy form, my race.
What are you, from a high gravity planet?
Aye, precisely that one.
Oh, okay. I was just guessing. Shot in the dark. Yeah, very impressed. Very impressed, sir. I wouldn't be able to live.
I used to look like you human.
You're human too, aren't you? You're just a bit short and bloody strong.
Not quite. I think when I with a subbreed, like an Ogren or a Rattling, but maybe a little further removed.
It's the first time I've met one of you folk, and I'm very impressed. What I see here, sir. Anyway, I'll not link your boots anymore. I'm going to be back on task.
All right, so a few things here. Ted, you've got one of the odd objects, one pyramid, one sphere, and if you're filling up on cubes, you can get about 15 cubes in your backpack.
Cool. Okay.
Fairness, you're taking one of the odd objects.
Yeah. Is anybody else taking an odd object, or shall we smash the other two? Because I feel like they're crucial. Because they're specifically made for some reason. I have no idea what, but Emperor protect us. We should only know the true form behind these objects.
It does seem like this whole facility has gone to shit. So whoever owns this facility, I think they'd be quite unwise to come back here. But perhaps we should, we can always report this in to the authorities. Get them to come and
I
clean
can't
it up.
imagine them leaving all of this technology, all of those servitors.
Well, no,
Oh, I
when they
can
come
see
when they
those
come back and they see
today.
they've been made, they're not going to want to
Oh, you
hang
got-
around. Is what I mean.
Oh, mind you, yeah,
well
I
said.
think I would have seen all those servitors in the.
This is obviously a
Oh,
hotbed of heresy, so once they realise they've been discovered, they'll try and go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the point,
That's-
actually, James. Ted hasn't seen the servitors. He doesn't know there's loads of servitors here.
Give me 5 minutes. I think my kids have just got back from doing the belt test for karate, so I've got to see.
Yeah, no worries. So,
I'm going to tell Ted we found. We're going to tell Ted that we found a load of servitors.
yeah, okay.
well done.
Look,
What's this?
Vernetta.
hold your belt up high.
Red belt.
Well done.
They're
Well done.
Yeah, look, they're clapping. And you too. Yeah, look.
Well done.
Yeah, they're clap. Yeah, thumbs up.
Well done, Fred.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Well done, kids.
Good
They're
work,
not as
Smarms.
interesting for the point as you are. Come on.
That
Well
pink
done.
poo.
Yeah,
Was
well
that-
done.
That was a pink.
that-
That was a pink poo.
I thought it was, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was.
150 man points.
Vernetta, you're quite fully loaded on your carrying capacity, I think, aren't
Uh-huh.
you?
Yeah, I don't intend to be taking anything further.
Okay. Let me have a look. What are you on? Yeah, 33. You've got 3 kilos.
Okay, well, I feel like we've got a lot of this black metal stuff already.
Yeah,
I'm
all
not
right.
sure that anything I take will sway things either way.
All right.
What about my servitor? What sort of carrying? I know it's got flame on one arm, but what's the other arm like? Is that like a
It's a power
attacking
claw.
weapon? Power claw.
Yeah.
So could that be used for
I need
lifting?
it.
Or
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
really more
definitely.
Okay.
Broken on
It's literally like I say, you know, the lifter in Aliens.
Uh-huh.
Its
Oh,
arm
right.
is like that. So it's a
Well,
grabby thing. So you could either get it to grab something.
Yeah. I'll test the strength of it then.
No, no.
So they've been raiding these crates. Is there one of the crates that's not been raided as much as the others?
Right.
See
in a bit.
They've all still got quite a few
I'll
objects
try
here.
them. I'll just need a USB one. Never work.
Ted's
Oh,
taken
right.
15 of the cubes, but there's
Aye.
still a lot of cubes and all the other shapes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the esoteric items are probably of the most interest. So I'll see if the servitor can pick up the whole crate, or see what happens when it tries to.
All right.
Dave, I passed my logic test, by the way.
Yeah,
on the
yeah, I
second,
know.
on the second go, so I don't know what came of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting to get to that. I'll do that now. What you mentioned earlier about you know, you think you're right about the idea that this is only a part of the process shaping these objects. You're pretty certain that there's some other part of the process that makes them have the capabilities of the orbs you've seen before.
Mhm.
You're absolutely certain of that.
Very good. Something naughty, I'm sure.
Shall we explore more?
We're just
Sure.
gonna. So you want the servitor to try and lift this crate, yeah?
Yeah, why not? Like the one with the esoteric items, like those strange, unusual items. We'll try
Yeah,
that
okay.
one.
Okay, so there is. How did I say? There's about 15. No, maybe 12 objects in this crate. Ferinus has got one, and Ted's got one. So there's 10 of those odd objects.
Can the servitor manage it all?
And the
that
servitor
one.
easily
that.
lifts this crate. With
I'll
no
put mine in it. I'll put mine back in the servitor crate.
Okay, that frees up a bit more room. If you want to put your esoteric item back in here, Ted, and then leaves you a bit of space for something else if you
Oh
want.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so there's all 12.
I need to name the servitor.
You could probably fit another 2 of the other objects in your backpack, Ted.
Gregor.
Regor. Okay. So, Regor seems quite handy with a crate. So.
Oh, you like Gregor, do you?
Hey, that's
Gregor,
Johnny.
yeah, why not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello, Johnny.
Hello.
Right.
How are you doing?
Good to see you all.
Good to see you.
See you,
What have
nice.
I missed? No, don't do the recap again. I'm
I'm not going
joking.
to do the full recap. I'm going to give you pointers of what's gone on.
Okay.
So, as you know, Gaius and the rest of the guys have gone down Hive
Yeah.
to investigate this fragment of a black material.
Mhm.
Vernetta and the rest of you have headed to the mountain.
Yeah.
So you're there as Siegfried.
Mhm.
What happened was, right, there's a couple of things I need to cover, actually.
Mhm.
The first of which, there was a briefing which you were privy to.
Yeah.
At the end of the briefing, Gaius and his team left. Vernetta's team began to leave. Vernetta asked you to stay behind, to meet with her and discuss something, and Gladstock asked you to stay behind.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna skim over this real quick. I'm not going to do the full Gladstock voice. Gladstock is struggling. Gladstock has become probably more bestial than you've seen him in a long time. He still seems like to be retaining his faculties. He still makes sense, but he's very animalistic, growling, changing voice a lot.
He's basically taking over him. Like it's starting to come through.
It looks like the style is starting to come through, but he does seem to still be in control.
Yeah.
And away from everyone else, when it's just you and him, he says this to you. He says, "I have placed Miss Calamere in operational command of this mission due to the fact it was her groundwork that led to this. That and the fact that we are dealing with obvious tech heresy in one form or another make her the perfect choice to take the lead. I do, however, realize that you are the more senior agent, and I hope you are not offended by my giving command to a more junior agent in our team."
Not at all. As long as I've got things to shoot and kill, I don't mind.
Very good. I want you to keep an eye on Miss Calamere. Assess her leadership skills, as well as her general performance. The Inquisitor has plans for Miss Calamere that make use of her technical abilities, but I believe her place is as a field agent, and I wish to prove this to the Inquisitor.
Creepy.
And as a final note, he says, "There's one more thing. Miss Calamere has already unleashed an uninvited guest on our home. Try to make sure she doesn't bring another such thing back with her this time."
I'll tap my pistol and say, "I understand."
That's maybe a little drastic. Okay.
Oh right. Yeah. I'm glad we cleared that up. Actually, to be fair, because I might have just.
So there's that bit. The other bit that I did on your behalf, but I am going to give you the option to have an input here and maybe retcon things if you want. What Vernetta asked you was basically, look, Gladstock seems a bit fucked up. You and her have access to the Black Orb. Vernetta wants to give the Black Orb back to Gladstock.
Right.
Are you in agreement?
Yes.
Okay, so you follow Vernetta, you unlock the box, call Gladstock. Gladstock appears like lightning, and he takes the orb and puts it in his chest. And as he does this, I made a perception roll for you, Siegfried, and Siegfried saw for a moment Gladstock's form change, and he saw his clothing. It appears that Gladstock's clothing is a part of the creature. And the clothing peeled back, this writhing mass of metal worm-like appendages opened up, and for a brief moment you saw into the hole in which he put the Black Orb. And you saw inside the hole a fully functioning pair of lungs and a human heart and other human organs.
Cool.
And then Gladstock basically went, "I'm off to have some fun, see you later," and fucked off. Okay, and then what you've missed since then was you travelled to the mountain. You flew over to this mountain. Ferrinus found an air vent. You crawled through the air vent. You found some servitors and some combat servitors. All of them have these neural links like what Vernetta and Otto wear. You also found crates and crates of neural links like those, and also others that look like they're implanted directly into the skull rather than cerebral plugs. You found tools, evidence of a cargo weight vehicle, vehicle parts, starship components, lasgun focusing arrays. Then you found this trashed room with a trail of blood, and this little squat chap known as Ted Glenson, who is James's new character, who is a squat.
Hi, Ted.
And Ted is helping you. Ted has been forced to work against his will here with one of these neural links, like what Vernetta and Otto have, and he has been shaping black metal into objects. You then follow the trail of blood and found a hulking figure eating the flesh off servitors, which everyone thought was Canny. It was identical to Canny. You killed this creature. Ted delivered the killing blow. Vernetta freaked out, thinking it was Canny. And then we picked up the start of this session in this room that you should be able to see on Roll20. The guys have just investigated these crates, found black spheres, black cubes, black pyramids, and some odd black objects that aren't uniform in shape. They've been gathering as many of these as they can carry. That's where we are right now. Also, this room is where Ted... This is the room where the black metal was shaped by Ted, but Ted was never in this room when it happened. Ted was in a different room. That's where we are.
For safety reasons, obviously.
Yeah, there's definite Xenos tech as well. Ted has told you that he was brought here for a job, but when he saw it was Xenos tech, he refused to help. And that's when he was subdued, woke up with this cranial attachment, and his abilities have been used against his will ever since. He doesn't know how long he's been here. He estimates he's made thousands of these black metal objects.
Okay. Right then, Ted. Okay, so what's the game plan, Miss Calamere?
Well, we're just been going through, going to take as much of these items as we can as evidence. We're going to go and explore some of the other rooms, see if we can find anything else.
Okay.
See if we can find
there any way
a
we can,
source of the black metal is what we want. Presumably, it
Excellent.
might be coming from the mountain itself, which would make sense to base your production facility where the raw materials are.
Very good.
So
And
that's what we need to find out.
Okay.
Siegfried.
May I advise caution? We have a bit of history with these black shards and black orbs. They're known to cause madness. What's the game plan here, do you think?
Right, so that's something actually. When fairness, sorry, just let me say this, and then because Siegfried would have realised when the crates were opened, when you've encountered the black spheres before, Siegfried, there's this aura of uncomfortableness that accompanies them. These have not given off that aura. Vernetta theorised that there's another part of the process.
Yeah,
Siegfried is actually the only person to have manually picked up one of these objects without any form of protection. And when he did, it felt cold and prickly to the touch. And also you had some strange visions of like alien cities, wastelands of bone, things like that.
That could have been a glimpse into the future, perhaps. I don't know.
Nothing near as fucked up as Siegfried's normal daydreams.
Yeah, Siegfried has had some fucked up dreams.
I seem to think
I don't dream anymore. I just have weird, fucked up visions.
I don't dream. I just scream.
Just wake up in a cold sheen of sweat with a boner on, and that's it. Okay.
But yeah, it seems that these items are made for different purposes, perhaps different shapes for different effects that the black metal gives. But they all seem inert at the moment, so there must be another stage, some form of heresy.
Yes, of course.
That gives them their power.
Do you believe they are going to try and weaponize these shards into more orbs, into more things to be used to turn sane people crazy? Or, if there's a twist, to turn crazy people sane.
Now, there's an idea I didn't have.
But yeah, I mean, production has been prolific here, so the whole sector may be awash with this strange Xenos heresy.
I'm going to turn to Ted and say, Ted, are there more like you that are under control?
I don't know, lad. That's the point.
Could we free them?
I don't know if there's anybody else here, lad.
There was only 2 cells that we saw.
There's 2 cells, this fat lump of blubber on me.
Hey, don't call him fat.
He's big bones.
He's just big boned, all right?
So yeah, Ted, the only people you knew there was someone in the cell next to you, but until meeting this fat lard bucket here, you've never actually seen this guy before. The only other person you've ever met here is Somnus Halbrel, who brought you here.
Vegetarian, not even half what I do.
And this name as well, Somnus Halbrel,
No,
all of you know.
yeah, that's okay.
That's the name of the guy that basically was that you fought beneath Port Gaia when Speyer was out and about. He's the heretic who Canny kicked the living shit out of and ripped the spine from.
Well, he deserved it, didn't he?
So he's dead.
We believe so.
He's very dead. I have his spine. I mean, that's a really romantic gift, isn't it? I mean, who gives a spine as a present? I mean, that really means something.
Well,
It takes a special kind of guy to give us a
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was the beginning of the love story, wasn't it? When Canny gave Vernetta the spine.
Always strikes when you least expect it.
Canny just needs someone to do his crafting for him, so the rest is history.
They've had a nice picnic. They spent the night together.
I have indeed.
They went on a bender with Spring. That was fun.
I was indeed. So, is there anything else in this room that we want to loot, or shall we try and explore elsewhere? And then we need to decide what we're going to do with this facility. I mean, presumably the owners of this facility will come back at some point. We haven't seen any cameras, kind of, or we don't think we tripped any alarms, have we, Dave?
Nope, there's no indication anything like that happens. In fact, Vernetta, give me a perception check, please.
Ah.
Okay, there is a very faint suggestion of a noospheric data feed in the air. So there is some sort of data being transmitted back and forth throughout this facility, not via cabling, like a wireless network. And it does seem to be active, but there's no reason, you can detect it's there, but there's no reason to suggest that it's an alarm system or anything like that. You just feel like, it's technology talking to each other in a very standard way.
So we don't think there's any data leaving, the mountain, and
it doesn't seem to be now.
Okay, so yeah, so presumably well, I imagine it's going to raise alarms when deliveries stop coming out of this mountain. But presumably someone is going to come and try and pick up some of these servitors which we've destroyed.
Well, I've got
items, so the question is, do we go on? Sorry, Fairness, what you say?
Well, I've got lots of grenades. I was thinking maybe we could just rig it to explode them.
The whole facility.
Just different rooms of interest.
Booby trap them.
Booby trap them when they come up to point.
Needs of your go.
Let me tell you. Plenty of grenades. Give me a second. Let's see, grenades. I've got 10 frag.
I'm all for trying to take some captives and try and expose a bit more of this heretical network.
I'm thinking if
take
we
them back, and then guys can execute them.
Well, maybe we could turn them into servitors. I've got 9 of these servitor probe things. Maybe we can, make them our own.
Ted,
you're suggesting dominating them with mind control, just like poor Ted here was exposed to. Is that what you're suggesting, Fairness? That sounds dangerously heretical to me.
Yes. There's nothing heretical by punishing heretics with a life of servitorage. It happens all the time in the Imperium. I would thank you very much, Vernetta.
I understand that, but I'm interested in what information they might have about the rest of this, this network of theirs.
Vernetta, the idea of making people do things against their will does not sit well with you.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm not gonna tell him exactly how much it's disgusting me at the moment. I'm just going to keep a poker face on.
Ted, fucking in your time operating this machinery in here, you do have glimpses, flashes of memory of things you saw and manipulating the controls, and you are aware of the amount of power it requires to shape this black metal. It's a lot.
So we could perhaps try and rig the whole place to go up, but...
Oh, so is it like LV-426? Is there some kind of fusion?
It's like warp drive. You know, the same sort of power that it would take to push a vessel into the warp. That's what we're talking about here.
Type in code 3306.
I don't know if Imperium uses antimatter on that. I know Star Trek does. But well, I was about to suggest it would probably take a vortex grenade or more likely a vortex missile to destroy this facility. Not that I'm really sure how big. What if we do something about the power that they use to run this place? There must be some kind of fusion device. I don't know. It's a lot of power.
Perhaps. I suggest we explore elsewhere. I mean, I understand rigging it to blow is sensible just to stop this production facility in its tracks, but I'm interested to see if anyone comes back. If we haven't set any alarms off, they'll come back for a delivery, and then maybe we can take some captives.
That sounds a very tactically sound plan.
Take some prisoners and interrogate them. That's what I'm thinking.
And
Jarek.
Make them servitors.
Nodding.
Cheers, Jarek, and thanks for doing all that carrying for me. I really do appreciate it.
He gives you a wink.
You really are quite strong. Not as strong as Canny, mind, but pretty strong.
He opens and closes his jaw a couple of times as if he's trying to say something but doesn't say anything.
So, gentlemen, is there anything else in this room that we think is of interest to us, or shall we?
This is just where I shape the metal. So how did I do that then, Dave? If I never actually came into the room, did I just... Was it through some robot arms or something?
Basically, what would happen was the servitors would place the black metal into that circular area, and you're aware that there's some sort of Xenos machinery below the circular area, and you would control that machinery from another room. There was never any sign of any mechanical manipulation of the black metal. Basically, you could see this chamber on a screen, and it would... A lump of black metal would be placed. You would manipulate the controls, press a few buttons. There would be a blinding light, and when the light faded, the lump of black metal, the raw lump, would be the shape that you were instructed to make it into.
Right.
Okay.
This is advanced then. Like, how much... Have I ever seen anything like that, Dave?
No.
Any other tech? Nothing, no Imperial, no...
Nothing. Nothing like it at all.
This is way, way more advanced than anything we've got. Maybe blowing it up's not such a good idea.
Oh, I'm sorry, but you know, it just smells of heresy to me. But no, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Know your enemy.
We'd struggle to take this machine out, though. That would require a real operation.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you both. No, it's my place to say it because Vernetta's acting commander.
Well, no, I value everyone's input.
Imagine what the AdMech would do to get this technology.
Vernetta's the people's team leader.
No, I'm not going to be a fascist. You won't see me with a small moustache making Zig Heils.
Not like certain people whose birthday
Not
it
like-
might be today.
But yeah, I think Johnny missed that one. There's a photo circulating of Brownie when he's very young at school, doing just that. I'd totally forgotten about it. You know what I mean? It's like some photographic evidence of Brownie as Hitler. It's uncanny, and he's got like a chest. He's got like a chest burster which he's drawn onto his school
Yeah,
shirt.
it must have been the last day of school.
Yeah, it must have been.
James,
Yeah.
Leanne says happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks, Liam.
Happy birthday, mate.
He says thanks. All right. So what are you guys up to? You're not in any particular move order, initiative order, anything like that. But if you are going to continue exploring, I'd like you to do so one at a time and stop moving when I tell you to. You know, usual vague exploration rules.
Okay, yeah, I think we're ready to continue exploring, unless anyone says otherwise. What did you want to say something then, Fairness, or did you have something to say?
I've forgotten.
That's good. I
Scott.
do value your input, Fairness. I really do mean that.
Oh, yes, that was it.
No, what you
No, it doesn't matter. I had it all in my head, but I was waiting for yours to finish. It's gone.
Okay. Right, so I'm interested in you said there was a room to the north, Ted, where the metal came from.
Aye.
That seems to interest me.
Where have we gone?
Siegfried, take point.
Okay, I'll take point.
Where was I?
All right. If you want to, I'll tell you what we'll do. If you guys want to arrange yourselves in the corridor, all together in the sort of marching order, let's say, don't go beyond the blood, and I'll move you as a group. That'll be the easiest way to do it, I think. So don't go beyond this purple line to start with. Put yourselves how you want to be arranged. Tell me where you want the other chaps that are with you, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
There's a corridor here.
There is.
Jarek, you're on Rigard. Spring, just do what you want. I mean,
Okay, so Jarek's.
You will anyway. I mean,
Yeah, she will.
What?
Spring is sticking close to you, Vernetta. Ted, do you want to put yourself where you want to be in this marching order?
I am trying to figure out how fast I go. It's not very tiny legs. Strong back, tiny legs.
Just going to grab a beer while you're putting yourself wherever.
Oh.
Don't worry about how far you move at the minute, James. Just put yourself on the map behind this purple line. That's Titulos. Ted's the one that says Ted on it.
You got to strip James control of tits.
Yeah, good point.
Right,
Let's take James's tits away.
Johnny liked that. Did Johnny?
Oh, Dennis. Right, let's get up there.
I must say, I did notice.
You
that
know
tonight
what?
There was no interruption.
Interruption of what, Dave?
No interruption of the intro, and the missing variable was Johnny.
Open and shut case.
All right, so Ted and Ferenus are leading the way, are they?
Yes. Oh, it wasn't Brownie moving him backwards the second time. It was me moving tits. Because I'm that sort of man. I can't help it.
You can't help playing. With it.
Okay, so there's a door here where Ted and Ferenus are, and Ted, you know that the door here is the room where you would control the machinery.
You're right to open it then.
Sure. I mean, we might as well do a thorough search of the place.
All right.
Let's have a look.
Let me just pop the door.
Oh, come in with you, Ted. Oh, there we go. At the same time.
So yeah, you're free to move about and do whatever you want at the minute. There is a door at the far end of this room.
I think we should stick together for. Yeah. Let's stick together and just go through systematically.
Can I activate any of these consoles, Dave?
Yes, you can. So, Ted, you're familiar with all the equipment here. You know what it all does. What it is basically Mechanicum / Imperium tech that has been designed to manipulate the Xenos tech in the other chamber.
Yeah.
So, there's like a bit of a hybrid technology going on. You're also aware that a lot of the gear here is quite old. It looks like it's decades old. There's layers of dirt and grime and a bit of rust occasionally on the steel and iron parts. You do know how to operate this equipment. Vernetta, I'd like you to make a tech use test for me, please.
Pass.
Okay. The controls look very familiar to you, Vernetta. You've seen similar control layouts back before the Inquisitor found you. The Magos that you worked for was definitely up to some shady shit. You never really got fully into what he was doing, but you do know he also produced a wide array of equipment for the Imperial Guard and other organizations. And the controls here look like some of the controls on the machinery he had in his facility. They look like the controls for STC machines, machines that have been built to produce standard pattern equipment. That's what this room looks like to you, but it's obviously been modified to interact with the Xenos equipment.
So I'll relay that to the other guys, and I'll theorise that obviously the servitors and lenses and what have you are being produced here also.
I'm just gonna go. That makes sense.
Yeah, we came across a load of servitors earlier on when you missed that, Johnny, and like a load of lenses for starship weapons and las cannons and vehicle weapons, and there's loads of engine parts, all sorts of bits. Like they're trying to support an army, or they're up to no good in some variety. We're not quite sure exactly what.
Vernetta, I'd like you to make a logic roll based on what you've just said, please.
Okay. Logic.
Did you have a +10 for me being there?
No, unfortunately not. You wouldn't know what could apply here.
Just let me. I might try that shenanigans. I've got Alyssa's duplicate.
Yep.
I might try that because I can. So I'd like to try and add +10 to my logic by using the Alyssa.
Yep.
The Alyssa
Go
clone.
for it.
I'm just not exactly sure how it works. So let me see. Once per game, you can try and sum Alyssa's duplicate. So willpower test at +10.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I get a sanity, I think, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, Alyssa doesn't help, basically. It's not a perfect copy of Alyssa. But
No,
you can.
It sounds like it is a perfect copy of Alyssa.
Yeah, it maybe is. You can still make the logic roll though. You just don't get the benefit from Alyssa.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, pass.
As you start to say this about these devices, these las focusing lenses and things like that being made here, you recall information dragged up by Otto, and you, in your spare time, you've read a few of Otto's reports into the various random things he's researched, and you start to remember some of the details that Otto put in his reports. And you remember the shattered factory where Alyssa was found was configured for making servitors. And you remember Otto talking about all these different factorums that he believes there may have been other attempts at creating Alyssa that belong to all these other great houses. And a lot of them produce starship parts, las focusing arrays. There's a lot of las focusing arrays made on Decilium. And you start to think maybe these things that you're talking about aren't made here. Maybe they're stored here, but they're made back in Decilium by the various great houses.
Okay, I'll relay that to the group. Actually, no, I got it all wrong. I've just had a brainwave. So why are they being brought here then? Maybe to be converted with this.
Maybe it's a bit on the side. Someone's filtering a bit for side funds. That person will be high in Lord's government, but maybe we don't know who it is. And that's maybe what they're doing, is filtering this for an alternative campaign.
Yeah,
I don't know, but that's just a guess.
That makes sense. But impressive, fairness.
Don't mind me, I was just having a moment. Anyway, back to these servitors.
What was the other house that was kind of picking up the slack with all the other houses that had failed?
House Rosa.
House Rosa. With its meteoric rise.
Yep. Rose to prominence very, very quickly in less than 100 years, making various items, some of which you've seen are stored here, picking up the slack of other houses that have had trouble with their factorums.
Interesting. But no, I definitely want a captive. That's what we need. This so I don't know.
Do those houses normally have a technology like this, or do they not need the help of the Mechanicum?
I do think they need the Mechanicum, but the Mechanicum are kind of they do work alongside them. But I think there is I think we're going to have to. Ted, you may have had suspicions already. We're not simply Xenos. What's the word I'm looking for? Archaeologists. We have a greater purpose. I feel like I can trust you, Ted. I've got this great feeling about you.
Siegfried
sorry, what's that?
Siegfried
raises an eyebrow, like quizzically, a bit like, so. Is it maybe too soon to?
Too soon? Is it too soon? Like we're having a lot of conversations here. That
I don't say
you've only just met the guy, Vernetta. I feel like you've been far too trusted in it.
I'm going to say, Ted, we serve a higher power.
Higher power, higher imperial power. Or are you in league with this Xenos film?
Quality Commission.
Never heard of such an organisation.
I think it's made up.
There is no higher power.
But yes, we have reason to believe that there is a heretical group of tech adepts on operation. As you've seen the evidence here as well. But we think that their influence is quite significant over all Decilium, and they've been affecting, we believe, factorums of other houses.
And that just won't do.
No, we can't allow that, can we?
No, we cannot.
And then this House Rosa has rose to prominence. Seems to be profiting from all this disruption.
So is it people using Xenos tech, or Xenos tech using people?
This is all getting very, very meta.
It's a question we will aim to answer this day.
Can I search these cupboards while they're talking?
Yeah, sure.
Do I make a search test?
No, you just open them. It's a collection of very basic tools that look like they could be used to maintain the equipment here.
Oh, okay. Close cupboard.
Yeah. I think this would be a good room to booby trap Theranos. I don't think anyone should be allowed to use this Xenos technology again.
Well, where's Ted? Where's the
Can I
computer
try-
where you access?
Yeah, can I activate? Can I tell it what to make, or are they just, you know,
Yeah.
is the STC's already kind of built in? I guess.
So it's not an STC, but the controls are very similar to an STC. So you know what happens is they place the black metal one piece at a time on the circular chamber in the other room, and you would use the controls to make whatever you were told to make, against your will, of course. You think you could shape the black metal with your knowledge that's hidden in your psyche. You could use this technology to make the black metal into any shape you could imagine.
Ooh.
Why don't you make a hammer?
What do I make? Oh God.
What you do
When
know
you play
is,
Heresy.
what you do know as well, Ted, is it's limited to just shapes. It doesn't make moving parts.
Hammer
Make
shape.
bullet. Can it make bullet?
I mean, I don't think the metal is bad in itself. It's just how it's used. It's the next stage in the process, I believe, is heretical. Perhaps you should make a hammer, Ted, while we're here.
Ooh. I don't know. I've got no capability to make advanced use of this metal. This metal is an anathema to life as we know it. And
So is a hammer.
what? There's nothing wrong with a hammer, lads.
No, if you're on the wrong side of it, there, it's an anathema to life.
That's a good point.
It's a good hammer.
Yeah, it's just a
Ted,
thought.
you do think you could make a crude hammer? It wouldn't have power capabilities or anything like that, but you do think you could make a hammer shape.
But what?
If you-
For what purpose, Dave, would I do such a thing?
for hitting things with.
Yeah.
You never know when a strange black metal hammer may come in handy.
And it's just lighter than normal metal, but does the same damage.
There's definitely some strong meta chicking going on tonight.
I don't know if
Sorry.
it's as good as my hammer. My hammer is.
Your hammer is very good.
It was just it was a whimsical thought, Ted. Think nothing more of it. I just thought while we're here,
It's AdMech technology, so
maybe you could make some black metal, work for good for once.
Yeah, you
Balance
laid
not
that chicken egg.
I did indeed. I'm being naughty.
what if we
Is this
what if we
another
made the
door?
melee
Yeah.
weapon for all of you?
Oh no, this stuff. Just forget about it. What's this? Is this a door here, Dave?
It's a door there, yeah.
It's, I think I just thought maybe seeing as we have the production facilities here and you know how to use them, maybe you could make something. But like I say, I don't know. It's just a whimsical thought. Shall we move on and see what else we can find, and then decide what to do with this room?
Aye.
Mm,
What if I need a hammer made of black metal when you go through the door?
make the hammer. Make the hammer, Ted. Make it, and then I can set the computer up to blow.
Yeah, can I?
We don't have any black metal.
Taken, then can I fashion that
Oh,
into my plate?
Right, so I'm going to give you a few minutes to discuss what you want to do here, but what I will say, Ted, before I go for a piss, is you are aware, like I've said before, the chamber to the north of where you are is where the black metal was stored.
probably. Okay.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, north of where you are now. You know the way. There's a door. The door you came in, you head further north. There's another door on the left-hand side, which is where it was stored. I'm just going to have a piss.
Okay, let's go see if there's any black metal left then.
I mean, it just seems a shame not to make a black metal hammer while you've got the chance.
There may be some armor as well, actually. Need some armor plate.
Black metal armor, that'd be awesome.
I don't know. I don't know honestly what use.
Black metal chest plate piece.
Oh, it's just opportunity. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. That's all I'm saying.
And he said it's really light to pick up, so it might be normal damage but really light.
maybe a sword. You know what I mean? Sort of,
So it
sort of
can't be
insanity.
damaged,
If you can
it
find
is,
out the way of activating it, we could maybe use it to our.
No, I mean maybe using Xenos technology isn't right. Maybe we should just destroy it all. I don't know. I don't know what's gone into it. I
that's
don't know
what I
what's gone
said to
into
start
it tonight.
with.
It's this killing of the canny clone. It's got me.
What would Mesmeron do?
I'm not quite sure. She'd probably bollock us.
Probably.
Did you like my little boo to the canny clone, Al? I noticed you laughed.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I did. I like that number as well. It's ingrained into my mind. I picked that number for a good reason. Yeah,
You spot that.
I certainly got the reference straight away.
Honestly, I've not got it written down anywhere. I've proper memorised that.
Yeah, that
It's
number, that
to the-
code, it comes from an antifreeze testing standard, which is, yeah, there we go. So that's where that number comes from.
And that's where Kenny was born.
Oh, you're on about the number from Canny's
Cell.
Oh right.
Oh no, that's
No, the free
yeah.
the number from the to release the gas into.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That's it. Yeah.
So yeah, clone
welcome
Kenny.
back, Dave. I mean, I'm all over the shop tonight, Dave. So I'm kind of debating whether using Xenos technology, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not what we're all about. But then again, Mesmeron. No, then again, Mesmeron does plenty of this shit. If she thinks it's for a good cause. So
A serial killer, an unsanctioned psyker, a thief, 2 shady guardsmen, a tech priest that isn't really a tech priest. I mean, there's a lot of already dodgy stuff going on in the mansion. I mean, Gladstone. Apart from Gaia.
I mean, it's just a drop in the ocean. Right? Anyway, Ted, I just thought, while you're here, maybe just take a souvenir. They've taken so much from you. Maybe you should take something in return. Just a thought.
Compensation.
Yeah.
If you will.
You've earned a black metal hammer, haven't you?
Yes, you have. It makes sense.
And then, yeah, we'll put that to the test. You never know when
you're going to need one.
Or what use that could be.
Shall we try the next room to the north then?
Yeah, let's see if there is actually anything to shake.
Yeah, this is of great interest, is where this metal's coming from.
Okay, so you're heading to the room to the north.
Aye. To the north.
What about the west?
No, fair enough.
Right.
To the north.
Okay.
I've got all gruff.
The north.
The door opens easily. Revealing another door. It looks like it might be some sort of airlock type system.
To the north. To the north.
Suspicious airlock, eh? I'm going to. Do I have anything? I've got a respirator built into my face.
You do, yeah.
Oh,
Well, it's in your throat on Vernetta. It's not her face. It's in her actual airway.
Great, perfect. Perhaps we should only go in. Or perhaps you should only go in if you've got respirators and such. To be on the safe side. They obviously wanted to contain this area from the rest of the facility. With this airlock. Perhaps there might be some black metal dust. It might be harmful.
I've got a respirator and I affix it to my face.
I suggest you put it on.
It's time to rubber up, gentlemen. I'm going to zip up my thing and put on my mask.
I'm going to turn Siegfried. I'm going to turn Siegfried and say, "Thought you'd never ask."
Spring puts her respirator on. Jarek. I don't know if Jarek has one. If he does, he puts it on. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Yeah, if he doesn't, he can stand outside, I think. And...
Yeah, I'm just having a look for Jarek's sheet.
Really competent, Ted.
Sorry, what was that?
I ain't got one.
Yeah, I'll explain my concerns to Ted and just suggest it might be safer for him to stay outside until we assess the situation. We'll get you breathing apparatus and a photo visor in due course.
Let me know. Let me know what's on the other side. I might be all right with it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So who's going in the airlock?
I will.
Yeah, go on then. Why not?
Anyone with a respirator is welcome to.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Spring comes in as well. Garrick waits outside.
Shall I stay with Jarek? I'll stay with Jarek and cover the corridor and just keep looking up and down the corridor.
Where's Titulos?
Oh yeah, where is he?
You deleted him and then went, no, you can't use him anymore. Took him off.
Oh, I didn't mean
Killed
to
him.
delete.
That's the final solution right there, isn't it?
Yeah, just took him off completely.
Let me get old Titties back.
I
Where
had
is he?
I had to laugh at what I'm painting. I'm just painting the Germans. Like,
Oh, looking good.
Ted, do you want to move Siegfried, sorry, do you want to move yourself inside if you're going inside?
I'm just,
Or are you staying outside?
I'm staying outside to keep guard, keep
Right.
watch.
Ted, are you staying outside?
Well, I've near got a respirator, so if they think there's someone on the other side, I better stay out.
Let's go and check if I've got a clip harness.
See the metal came in.
No, I do not have a clip harness.
Okay, so are you activating the airlock?
Yes.
The airlock closes. There is no sound that suggests depressurization. And the inner door opens. Inside the room, there are large hoppers around the room. And in each, you can see these large lumps of ore and metal.
Cool.
There's parts where it's obvious there's black metal shining through, but there's other sediment materials and rock attached to them. It looks like, there's not just black metal on these lumps. It looks like there's a mixture of different materials attached to it.
Okay.
Wow. Are they trying to grow the stuff?
There's also a large grate in the floor under this table.
I think.
The table is heavily stained.
With what?
You don't know, you're not in there.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to get the Auspex out and start having a
How dare you meta chicken me after all the meta chickening that's been going on?
I saw an
Today.
opportunity.
How dare you?
Well, no, I mean,
Drawing a
no
line.
I'm no
Drawing a
position.
line.
No position to take a high horse tonight. I'll be honest. But no, I'd like to get the Auspex out and have a little scan.
Okay, what are you scanning for in particular? You've got various settings. You can do life, signs, energy. You can do composition checks, things like that.
Yeah, I'd like to try and get some understanding of the different types of minerals on these tables. I'll do a scan for energy readings as well.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're the main ones that I'm interested in.
Okay. Give me
I'll do each one in turn, I think.
Give me a tech use test. Give me 2 tech use tests. One for the composition test. Give me a +20 to start with.
Huh?
All right. So this center table here is the stained table. The boxes around the edges of the room are these raw lumps of ore that you can see there is this black ore. It's unshapely, it's crude, and there's other materials attached to it. And you detect iron, copper, a lot of common ores. But the table in the center, the stains on the table are these common ores. You get the impression from this that these lumps of material stored in these boxes have been brought here and had the residue cleaned away to leave just the black ore.
Okay. So the black ore is not the same as the black metal as such, or so
Yeah,
is
it's
it
the
like
same thing.
so the ore? So I'm not saying so the ore doesn't need processing into metal. It's
No,
the same
it's
thing. Okay.
it's
the same.
you get the impression that what's happening here is that what's appearing in this chamber, what is left here in these boxes, is lumps of black metal that are combined with other elements. And in here, those elements are removed, so there's just black metal, which is then in a crude form taken to the other chamber, as Ted has told you, and shaped.
Okay. All right. And what's the deal with the grate? Can I tell anything about where the grate's going, or what's? You say there's a grate in the middle, and
Yeah, the grate is under the table. You get the impression that all the material that has been cleaned off the black ore has been flushed away down the grate.
okay. And what's the other tech use for? You said you just wanted 2. Is that right?
Yeah, what was the second thing you were going to scan for? You were going to scan
Energy.
for
Energy reading. Energy
Give
reading.
me, give me another tech use at +10.
That's a pass.
All right. Yeah, you detect again the same thing you've detected before. This faint noospheric data network. There's machinery talking to each other, and it comes from the lights, the powered door, this currently unworking circulation fan in the middle of the room, things like that. Everything seems to be vaguely connected.
Okay. I'd like to relay what I found to the rest of the team over the Vox, and I'll tell Ted that I think he'd be all right in here because it may be to keep the black metal dust inside, but we know that he's fairly resistant to it anyway.
We'll go check then.
So if you do want some metal, there's supposed to be some here, but it's kind of attached to
Go on then.
some minerals that would probably need
gonna-
removing.
I'm going to open the airlock door. Those that want to be in it are in it. Those that want to be out of it are out of it. But one of the doors has to be shut.
Okay.
I'm going out.
Do you say there's some blackmail lying around, Dave?
Yeah.
All of these, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a 75-inch TV made out of black
It's
metal.
just a big chunk of metal. But like I say, there's other compounds in this metal as well. It hasn't been cleaned up yet.
Okay, so which bits have been cleaned up?
None of these. These are all they look like they're predominantly black metal, but there's other stuff in there. And
Okay.
Vernetta's had a bit of a scan. It's all very common stuff like iron, copper, chromium, things like that.
Okay, so we need to refine it. Can I look at this computer then and see if there's any way to activate the process?
Yeah. Give me a tech use test, please, at a +10.
There he is.
These controls are Imperial tech, and they are controls that operate a high-frequency oscillation device. And you've seen such things before, and it is a way of separating ores from one another.
Yeah, sonic.
Raw ores dug out of the ground. It's a sonic oscillator, basically.
Neat.
Can I try with the chunk at the end then, Dave?
The big chunk.
Aye. It's not out. We need a big chunk.
All right. Okay, so you lift this chunk. It's fucking heavy. It's a very big chunk. But you can lift it. What are you doing with it?
Well, where is the oscillator?
With that 4.7 degrees, it's in the middle of the room, above the table, built into the roof.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense, seeing as all the stains were over the table. Cool. I'll stick it on the table and I'll tell Vernetta to stand back. Let's try it. let's try cleaning up some black metal.
Okay. Give me a tech use test at a -10, please.
Okay.
For the unfamiliar technology. Vernetta, if you would like to assist, you can.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
1 minute.
I'd like to see how Ted's got a superior tech use.
I'm
Two
all the tech. That's my fucking job.
I see James min-maxing as usual.
Yeah. I'll tell you this about Ted. He might be better than Vernetta now, but he hasn't got the capacity that Vernetta has.
That's hang on.
So you can get a +10, so that'll make it a straight tech use test.
Yeah, 1 sec. I was just looking.
Vernetta, you're sort of familiar with work like this. Not this exact process, but you've used similar things before. You know, machines that separate one material from another. The Magos had you do similar things.
Machine savvy +10 tech use for unfamiliar tech.
There we go.
Neat.
All right. You operate this machine, and these 4 huge metal arms come down from the ceiling. 2 of them are much bigger than the others, and they pick up this massive lump of ore and lift it. And the other 2 arms come in from the sides and grip it widthways. And they begin to vibrate at a very high frequency, causing the object to blur. And you also see a 5th arm come down with a very small laser on it, which passes up and down the length of this material as it's rotated around its length. And after 3 or 4 minutes, very, very speedy process, you see all this powder and dust of all the iron and other unwanted products falls onto the table, and water jets emerge from the table and begin to wash it away, and they drop down into the grate and run away. And after a few minutes, you are left with just this long, still irregular shaped, but this long, thick lump of pure black metal.
The things I could do with this facility, lads.
Heresy.
Well, try not to blow it up, like we always do.
Right, well, I'm going to take this lump and I'm going to take it to the shaping chamber.
Okay. Take it to the shaping chamber. You put it in the central spot.
What's the shaping one? Is that this one down here? Where?
Right down the bottom, yeah. The one where you fought the not canny.
Not canny. Okay. Right.
Mostly
Well,
canny.
I'll stick it there and then I'll head to the middle and I'll
Yep.
try and get some shaping.
You know how to use this machine.
Okie dokie.
In the past, you've always followed plans, diagrams that have been drawn for you, but right now you're not working with such a thing. You're going freestyle, Ted. I would like you to make a tech use test, straight tech use, please. It should be at -10. No, it should be at a -20 technically, but you get a bonus because you know it before, like from your earlier work. All right. And again, it takes a few minutes, and you watch as this lump of material is consumed by this white blinding light in the chamber. You don't see anything happen, but you feel the thrum of power through the deck beneath your feet. You do see a moment of movement beneath the floor plate on the view screens. But there's no obvious workmanship, there's no tools involved. There's just this blinding white flash of light. And as it clears, there is indeed a black metal hammer left in its place. And how that looks, the shape, the design of it, is entirely up to you, Ted. You can specify that whenever you want, what it actually looks like.
Cool. How big was it as well? Like what? Is it like 2-handed, 1-handed?
It's a two-hander.
Cool. Come to daddy. Right, I'll go pick up the crazy ass hammer and go meet the other folk.
It's quite heavy, by the way, but it's not as heavy as it could be if it was made of more
Yeah.
standard tech.
It was made of lead.
Yeah, you literally can't move it. It's just a solid lump. Get it slightly above room temperature and it starts to bend. No, it feels sturdy.
That suits you, Ted. Oh, really?
Well,
It
I
does.
don't know what use it's going to be last, but better to have a black metal hammer than not, eh?
Oh, well, you never know when this sort of opportunity might come again, so probably never. I just hope it's not heretical, what we're doing here. Not too heretical.
Definitely heretical.
What more than anything we've done in the past? That's where it becomes.
You guys are too het up on what's heretical or no. Who's to say?
Well, there's a few that might.
shall we explore further now that we've crafted this perhaps heretical hammer?
Okay, guys, what are you doing?
Well, let's have a look around, see if we find any other rooms or.
After committing blatant heresy,
Stop
we
there.
carry on our daily day.
I'm going to move you to about there, Vernetta, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to put your little slave with you. Everyone else, if you'd like to assemble with Vernetta, if you're heading along with her, or anywhere you've already been, you can also be stood.
Where's she?
Heretics, assemble!
Radicals, Alan.
Oh,
Radicals.
sorry, it's all right.
I stay where I am. Then.
Like Michelangelo out of the Turtles.
Do this.
Siegfried?
Yeah, I'm just going to back up down the corridor and follow. Got a bit of a mouse issue. Where is everybody? Where's
On to
everybody
the
gone?
north. North and then west.
It's the north and then west. Ah, yes, I see. Just take this corner and just cover that corridor for the moment.
All right.
I'm just shadowing the party, basically, so make sure we're not being followed.
I'd like everyone, please, to make a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so full.
Have another slice of pizza then.
I might just do that. I've nearly eaten the whole box and half slice of it. Oh, it's been full.
Perception.
You're not a quitter, are you?
I'm not a quitter.
Oh yeah, awareness.
Same thing. Nothing to see here.
No,
Nothing to perceive.
it's too busy looking at his hammer.
Ernest is too busy snacking on rations.
Okay, let's have a look. So, Vernetta, you've got 2 degrees success.
Mhm.
Everyone else has failed. Vernetta, as you're walking along this corridor, you see at the far end here, where I'm pinging, something drops down from the ceiling. It looks a bit like a spider,
Oh, it's a
but it
droid
has a small human skull instead of the usual 3-body section. And it peers at you, and its eyes blink red.
I'm gonna comms into the group. Contact!
Oh, again.
I'm gonna draw. I don't know what that is, but it's not good. So I'm gonna draw my plasma pistol.
Okay. They look a bit like servo skulls.
Just budget skulls, budget servo skulls with legs.
But their legs, they have many legs, and each of them is tipped with a very fine blade.
Servo spiders.
I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Murder.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's fucking creepy right there.
9.
Let's see. 8.
I'm just going to be right back. I'm just going to drink.
Yep.
D10 or D10?
Yeah.
D10 for you, Siegfried. It's D10
Okay.
plus twice your agility bonus.
So 12. I get 12. I get 12 altogether. Plus 8 to that. Which helps.
Oh God.
No, that's wrong. What am I doing?
I get 12, Dave.
Yep. All right.
So I add 8 to it.
9 for me.
I've got a total of 8.
It's playtime.
Second. 12. Jarek. Nine for Spring. Where's Titulos gone? Oh, he's there. What's your agility, Siegfried?
40.
All
Okay, I'm
right.
back.
All right. Cool. I'm just going to grab a beer.
Johnny, can you make Thursday for a game or not?
Yeah, I should be able to, yeah. That's no
Yeah?
problem.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've had enough of your teasing, Johnny. There's no pleasing going on. It's just teasing.
Just make it all the sweeter when it comes to mate. Don't you worry.
Okay, cool. Go for a game on Thursday then.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed Hayden's game as well. We had a
Oh, do you have a
1v1. It was awesome. It was awesome. Honestly, I've never caused so much damage with las weaponry in my life.
cool? I mean, that's a bold statement given Alexa's run of form. So
Well,
Honestly, the critical hits coming off the tens he was rolling for damage every fucking time on 20. If you go back up the list, you'll see like so many crits and crits again. He was just, I was turning people into red skeletons from like Mars Attacks for like that much damage he's doing.
Which I quite like. I like that. It was good.
Yeah, super crit master.
yeah, maybe we'll meet up in Hayden's game at one point.
There we so. I might have to hunt you down if you escape from the prison.
Are you on the other side here? Oh dear. He's one of those. I just Dave. We're on for Thursday, I think, for Darkest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny was just saying he's going to hunt us down when we escape from prison. When we escape from prison.
That's mad. Give me a prison escape RPG at that point.
Fucking welcome.
Yeah, that's what I'm running.
I'd love to see what he's got up his sleeve.
I'm I made a bone club with a couple of spikes on it made out of human ribs.
Johnny.
I found skeletons, but
Johnny, I don't need weapons. I'm
all
Wolverine.
right, you're Wolverine. I'll just shoot you from miles away. Then.
He's a
Must be
Yorkshire Wolverine.
I'm a Yorkshire Wolverine. A not very smart Yorkshire Wolverine.
I
What's
guess
2 plus 2, Lupus? 74, you cunt. He doesn't talk like that.
It's not.
All
No,
right,
it doesn't.
here we go. Brace yourselves. It's combat time.
Come on, music. Yes.
The top of the round. Jarek, Siegfried, Ferinus,
Mhm.
Ted, Spring, Titulos are all surprised.
Oh.
Oops.
I'm surprised.
Oh, ooh la la.
Oh,
blind.
Spiderhead Walkers, so scary.
What will they come up with next?
These
Looks a bit
three
like that.
creatures begin to scuttle across the roof at you. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wonder what
5,
happened in space.
6.
Dave, Siegfried
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised because he's pointing the complete opposite way. He's looking down the corridor. He doesn't even know they.
Then he's definitely surprised.
Yeah. He's not aware of yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one, 2 of them rush Vernetta. One of them is directly above Ted. I would like everyone except Siegfried to make a perception check at, an awareness check at -10 unless you have enhanced hearing.
Do I need to make a test as well, Dave?
Yeah.
Except Siegfried, yeah.
Yeah, Siegfried's too far away.
Cool.
All right. They scuttle along the ceiling towards you. Oh, Vernetta doesn't quite hear.
Nearly.
Um,
Haven't I already seen them though? Is it all?
Yep. It was something else.
Okay.
Let me just. I've booked up here. Just a second. Just a second. All right. So that was their go. They rush you. Vernetta, it's your turn. You are not surprised, and therefore neither is your friend.
Could I have drawn the las gun instead of the plasma pistol, please?
Yeah, sure. No issue with that.
Thank you. I'd like to see if I can control these servitors using the neural link.
Oh, there.
All right. There is a upper limit of how many things you can control at a time, which is 2.
Okay.
All right.
So I've already got one, obviously.
Yep.
Servitor. So I'll just try the one that's directly engaging me.
Yep. So it's a willpower test with a plus 20 for the neural link. Yep, you take control of this servo skull.
Great.
Just a second. You now have control of that. That's half an action.
Okay, I'm going to, as another half action, command it to attack the spider that's directly to the south of it.
All right.
I'd also like to comms into the rest of the group and inform them I've taken over one of the servo spiders that are attacking us, the one that's directly beside me.
Yeah, that's a free action, no problem.
That's my
So you've commanded this servo skull to attack. So it can't do on this turn because it's already used its turn. Your friend stands inert, does nothing because it was commanded to basically follow you. We're back to the top of the round. It's Lord von Morton.
Okay. Well, these are
give
on
me
the
a-
roof, aren't they?
Give me a perception check, first of all, because you're looking down the other way. You have heard Vernetta say this.
Is it side?
Yes.
Okay, so that's plus 10, isn't it? I think.
Yep,
Isn't it?
it is for you, yeah.
Plus 10. Submit.
All right, yeah. So you're making rear guard actions, aiming down the end of this corridor, and you hear Vernetta say this over the comm, that she's taking control of one of the servitors. And you look over your shoulder to the right and you see these two, what look like servo skulls, scuttling like spiders along the ceiling. One is heading, well, two are heading for Vernetta. One is directly above Ted. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm going to turn on the spot. If I can.
Yeah, of course you can.
And then just take a snapshot of the one on the left.
So it's not an action to turn. You can turn on the spot for free. So
I'll take an aim. I'll take a half aim and then shoot.
Which one are you shooting?
There'll be the south one, the one that's south, basically that one there.
Okay, yeah. So single shot, aim, range. Do you have a red dot on your rifle?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do. It's not technically in combat. It's above their heads, so it's plus 40.
Yeah. Hey,
That's a hit with 3 degrees. So 2d10 plus whatever. If you click on your weapon, on your weapon on your character sheet, you can press the damage button and then roll a d10 separate for the extra damage.
Okay. And then I'll do the d10.
Yeah.
And a 10.
Okay, roll another attack with a plus 40.
Okay. Before you ask, no, I didn't hack into my computer to give me excellent damage every time because I don't know how to do that.
Siegfried is fucking brutal with that rifle.
It is death by rifle. Oh.
Yep. Roll another d10, please.
Okay. The d10.
Yes, that's 27 damage at 3.
Mm-hmm.
You spin round, see these things scuttling towards Vernetta and the rest of the crew, and you obliterate the first one. Jarek. Okay.
Excellent.
Jarek makes a strange mechanical grunting sound as he grabs Spring, moves her behind him, and steps forward for his turn. Ted.
Have I seen these things running at me?
Yeah, one of them's directly above you. You are aware of them now. There's one next to Vernetta. There's one directly above you.
I'll lob my hammer at it.
You're lobbing your hammer at it.
Aye.
You could probably just reach up and hit it. The ceiling's out that high. You're not that short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So are you doing a standard attack, or you could do an all-out attack for a plus 20? Oh, plus 30, sorry, all-out attack. But then you can't dodge or parry.
Well, I can't dodge and parry anyway. Well, everybody gets a parry, don't they? Do you have to?
Yeah. It's a weapon skill.
Hang on. No,
Is your hammer unbalanced?
It is, yeah. So I can't
Yeah,
parry. That's why.
No,
You can
minus-
parry. It's -10.
Oh, okay. Well, oh, they're both just shocking. Yeah, all out attack. Okay.
All right.
Sloppy little spider thing.
Oh,
no, that's not neat.
that's how
I'm
we
gonna mirror
miss.
all that.
it's contagious to go Scottish.
There we go.
Hey,
Someone
that's a
mad.
better hit, lad. And the wee spider on the roof tries to dodge from your blow, and it fails because it's a spidery bastard.
Oh my god.
Roll damage, please.
You'll like it, yeah.
Wow, 19. What's the app on that, James?
5.
5.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you reach up, smash overhead with your percussion hammer, destroy the servo spider.
But is that percussion hammer? Is that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a fucking brutal weapon. Fairness, it's you.
Okay. What am I going to do with myself?
So there is another servo skull visible at the minute, and Vernetta did tell you she had control of one.
Yep, that's one directly in front of her, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
It's the only one
I'm
left.
gonna make. It's the only one left. Oh
Yep.
well, I won't attack it then. Shall we move on, people?
I don't know. The combat music's still going, fair enough.
Well, what we're fighting? What? What? But if that's the only servo skull left, we're not fighting anything else.
Till she loses control.
I'll put myself back. You've made me doubt myself. I'll go in movement order. There we are.
You can move into there.
Yeah.
Spring says, "Watch it, big lad," to Jarek, and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Comes and stand next to Fairness. She goes, "Oi, oi." Dichalos moves up behind Fairness. It's Vernetta.
I'd like to have a look at this servo skull spider and see if it can communicate with others of its type. If I can see if there's any more lurking around this facility. I don't know if that's possible or not. I'd like to check whether I can.
Yeah, okay. Give me a tech use test at -10, please. It's a bit of a complex task. You have to patch into it and then try and see what else it can talk to. Nah, you think it's on its own. You think it's got no mates.
That's fine. Okay, I'm going to keep it slaved and just keep it beside me for now. I'm just going to tell it to follow me. Yeah, I guess that'd be my go.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it would. And your mates stand nearby. Top of the round.
Top of the round. Top of the round.
Oh no.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh no.
What's happened?
Oh no. The combat music's still playing. We're in trouble still.
Yeah.
Siegfried's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's got to really. Okay.
All right. Top of the round. Second. Oh dear. I've done something silly.
What's up, Dave?
Don't know. Roll 20's been a bit weird.
How dare it?
What's that giant 7?
Giant 7.
There's a 7
Yeah.
directly above Siegfried.
Is there?
Yeah, like a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a map marker for me. You shouldn't be able to see that. But you've figured out what that is now, anyway.
Oh, right, yeah. It's just telling you where various things are, I guess.
Yeah. Just a second. Well, I don't know what's happened here. This is all gone a bit weird. What's your agility again, please, Siegfried?
40.
Right. All right, top of the round. Let's get rid of that 7. Why is that 7 on there? Let's put that back on a layer it belongs on. Siegfried. Okay, top of the round, Siegfried. You blast this creature to pieces, that's directly over Ted, and as you do so, you see 3 more descending from the ceiling right next to you. Make a perception check, please.
That's fairly important. Perception. Perception is it sight as well?
Yep.
Is it sight?
You look around frantically for somewhere to run to get away from these things. They look deadly close up. And far to the south, in the far corner, down here, you see 3 more also descending. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to drop the sniper rifle and draw my sword.
You've got quick draw, haven't you?
Yep.
Okay, so you draw the sword. The rifle stays on the strap around you.
Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to Can I make an attack on any of them at the minute?
Yeah. I've just moved one of them. They're not in squares. I've just moved one of them so it is actually in a square adjacent to you. Yeah, you can make a standard attack at +10 or an all-out attack at +30.
I'll make a standard attack.
Okay, +10 weapon skill. Go for it.
Oh.
That's a miss, Siegfried. Has Siegfried got fate points? Has Siegfried got fate points?
Probably not anymore.
I think he has one.
I'm not wasting it on. I'm not wasting it on.
All right.
That's a lot of discipline you're showing there, Jonathan.
It is. Siegfried definitely has one because although he started the game with one, he lost one when he broke his back, and he got one back when he killed Spear. Okay, so it's Jarek. Jarek is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to charge this one, and he rushes at it with his spear held high, and he stabs out at it in a charge, which is a +20.
Yeah, grab us one and a straw.
Jarek lets slip his spear, and it slips out of his hand and misses the servo spider.
Hey, please.
The spear explode and shatter.
No, it doesn't because he hasn't got the trigger held down. Next up is this chap, which goes 1, 2, 3, right next to Siegfried. It's going to attack you, Siegfried.
Okay.
That's a hit in the body.
Not very nice, is it?
Would you like
I'm
to
gonna,
dodge or parry?
I'm going to try and parry it.
Okay, so it's weapon skill plus 10 for your sword because it's balanced. You do
I
parry it.
think not.
These two, they're like mono scalpels lash down at you and you bat them away with your power sword.
Fucking mono scalpel.
I'll have none of that.
You take the blades from it as well. You destroy the blades on the creature, but it has many legs. The next one's also going to attack you. 61, that's also a body hit, Siegfried.
Can I dodge?
I don't think you have the talent where you can dodge and parry, do you? I think you can just do one or the other. Let me have a look.
Okay.
Step aside.
Siegfried Orton. Yeah, step aside, that's what it is, yeah.
Do need that
You don't
skill.
have it yet. You do have swift attack, though. Remember that. You can make an extra melee attack.
So if it's attacking me, can I? No. Counter attack,
So-
isn't it?
You could have made a second attack on your last turn.
Can I try?
Yes, we'll retcon that. You also have Blade Master,
Okay.
which lets you re-roll one sword attack per turn.
Mm-hmm. So it's plus 10 because it's a standard attack. Plus 10. I keep forgetting my skills. It's been a while since I've used that. Yes, better.
That's a hit. It's going to try and dodge you. It fails. Roll damage from your power sword, please.
Okay. Ooh. Damage. That'll do.
Okay, so cuts through its armor. Yeah. So the timeline is restored because one of them would have missed you.
Yep.
Because you killed it, or it wouldn't have been there to attack you in the first place.
Yep.
Next up is this chap here that's going to attack Jarek. That's a hit on Jarek. Jarek is going to try and parry it with his shield. Which he fails to do. Jarek takes a wound. Fairness. Are you there, Hayden? Hayden!
We lost him.
Hayden!
Hayden.
Hayden! Kill things! It is time!
It's time for you to puppet. Fairness.
I shall puppet Fairness. We all know what Fairness likes to do. He likes to shoot stuff. Ooh. If he shoots, he's going to shoot at one either in combat with Siegfried or Jarek, or he's going to have to move in with his axe. What do you reckon, guys?
Shoot, I think. If there's one that's not in combat, then he should shoot that. I would imagine.
Or I tell you what, I'm going to play Fairness like I would play Fairness. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to take aim at the one next to Jarek. And for a free action, I'm going to yell, "Get down."
Okay.
Ted.
Get down, get down. These other ones. Is there one in combat with Fairness?
No, Fairness has moved up. He's got his rifle up. He's aiming at the one that's threatening Jarek.
So what's this one on the left-hand side? Oh no, that's the one that Vernetta's got, is it?
Yeah.
Is it just Johnny who saw the other ones drop down?
Yeah, you're not aware that there's more coming.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Heck, this one.
All right. That could be a charge if you wanted.
Yes.
Plus 20. Ooh.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Right.
Oh, yeah, wild swinging motherfucker.
Something else. Oh yeah, I'm gonna roll another. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Uh-huh.
There we go. That's better.
There we go. It can't dodge. It dodged Jarek. So roll damage, please.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Roll another attack, please.
Oh, it's the melee enemy. I know it's gonna be dead.
Monster. Well, there are
it's-
forms to be,
Yeah.
observed, sir.
You know, there are records to be upkept. Roll another d10, please. Yeah. 26 damage. Cuts through its armor. You smash the servo spider off the ceiling that was threatening Jarek. Spring. Spring is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's going to move to there. And she's just going to yell, "Spiders!" Oh dear.
Oh dear.
From here. There we go. All right. It's Titulos. Where's Titulos? He's there. I'm just going to... and give him some vision because he can't see. All right. He's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's going to charge into this one. He misses. Vernetta and your crew.
I would like to command both of my crew to attack the enemy spiders in hand-to-hand combat. No flame weapons, Greg. And is that a half or a full action to command?
Half action for each.
Okay, so I'll command each one, and that's my go.
Okay, so 2 willpower tests, please.
Okay.
With a plus 20 for your neural link.
Okay, so the spider and the flamer.
You're not going to fucking believe this, but I rolled a 7 for the spider. I thought I'd overruled your fucking command, but I haven't. But I have overruled your servitor. So you can move the spider as you wish. It has agility 3.
Okay, so let's just check. Okay, so we can make a charge then, agility 3.
Yep.
And is that 12? Is that right? Or
Yep.
okay. So I'll charge it to this position.
Yep.
And attack the spider. I'll do an all-out attack.
It can run up the wall as well with that move to get up on the ceiling. Its weapon skill is 36, so roll a D100 and you get a plus 20 for charging and a plus 10 for... No.
Oh, yeah,
plus
you can't
20
do that. Yeah, it's plus 20. Okay. Yeah, I'll go up the ceiling then and drop down above it.
Yeah.
So plus 20 for charge, right? So D100. That's a hit.
That is a hit. It's going to try and dodge. It fails. It's D10 plus 3. App 3.
4. Weakness.
Okay, so that's... all right. Do 1 wound to it. That's your turn. Lord von Morton.
Okay. I hear the order to go down, but I ignore it and I do an all-out attack against this spider.
Okay.
Okay.
So plus 30 for all out attack.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you are aware as well, Siegfried, there are more coming from the south of you, by the way.
I was going to say, contacts coming from the south. 3 of. And then I'm going to spare try and spare the spider.
Okay.
That's it.
You get a plus 10 for the servo skull that's assisting you. So all out attacks plus 20. No, plus 30. So plus 40 altogether.
Okay, cool.
It's a hit. It can't dodge.
Okay, so damage. Oh, that's the serpentine blade. That was the serpentine blade. I roll a 9. So it should be plus 3. That'd be using power sword.
Okay.
So that's 12.
Yep. You cut straight through its armor, ignoring its toughness mostly with a 12. Yeah, you spear this spider straight through the head and kill it. Jarek. Jarek ducks as per the instructions of Ferinus and crab walks to here. Sees the others coming. All right. Next up is Ferinus. Ferinus doesn't quite see that you've killed the one he was after. He's going to continue moving towards that target. He's going to run to here, where he does see some more targets. And that's the end of his turn. Ted.
Hey.
Make a awareness check, please.
Oh dear, why you ask that for me, laddie?
All right. So,
oh, where did that foppish assassin lad go?
You do see on the ceiling to the south of Siegfried something scuttling along the ceiling towards you.
That's what he was talking about. Brilliant. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I'm going to hold my action, ready to twat something.
Something that comes into range.
Aye.
All right. Spring spins around where she is, Vernetta. And she goes, Fee, down! And she does a half aim. And she's going to fire her pistol over your head, Vernetta. I don't know why I've rolled it on there. I'm going to roll it on the character sheet. Half aim, single shot, range, red dot, plus 40. It's a hit. It's going to try and dodge. It does. What's going on here?
What's going on?
All right. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Vernetta, you are attacked by 3 servo skulls that run along the ceiling towards you here. First one is a miss. Second one is a hit.
Okay, I'll try for a dodge, such as it
Okay.
is. No.
All right. Oh dear. What's your armor on your body?
5. Oh no, 4. Sorry. It says mesh flak, and it says 4 brackets 5. So I think the 5's 4 explosions.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So
So
4.
4. Okay. What's your toughness?
2, I think.
Vernetta, you take 6 wounds as this spidery beast slashes you across the shoulder, drawing a lot of blood. The third one is also going to attack you. Misses. Titulos. Titulos is going to... okay. He's going to bring up his stub auto from where he is and fire at the one to the south of him. Single shot, range, plus 20. That's a miss. It would be a plus 10 for an aim as well. Then it's Vernetta and her crew.
Right, so the spider's on attacking other spiders duty. So what does that do?
So you don't have to command the spider; it will attack other spiders.
I can't.
So you can basically use that like a character.
Okay. Okay, so I'll charge this spider into this position
Yeah, it's on the ceiling still.
and attack the spider directly next to it.
Yep. Plus 20 for the charge.
Hits.
It's a miss. The spider dodges.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to command the Flamer dude to attack spiders.
Yep. Willpower
You
test.
can't use a willpower. Sorry, you can't use willpower. You can't use a Flamer in close combat, presumably.
No, but it's not in close combat with him.
Is it not? Okay.
No, it attacked you.
Okay.
So willpower test at +20, please. Yeah. You take control of it. It can flame.
Okay, so we'll try and flame in an arc to catch as many as possible out.
I think you could
Burning
probably
me.
get all three there. Depending on how badly you roll, you might catch yourself.
Okay,
to
so
get all
what do I
three.
need to roll? Okay.
Well, actually, you don't. It's an auto hit. They have to dodge. And one of them can't dodge. So I'd like you to roll a dodge with a +30, please, Vernetta, because you know this is coming.
I've already used a dodge this turn, so
Yeah, I'm going to give you it anyway.
okay. It's still a miss.
All right. Roll damage, please, for the spider to the north, the far north, which can't dodge.
I'm just checking what stats are on Heavy Flamer because I don't know.
Me neither.
It's all right. I've got it up here. So it's D10 plus 8.
Yeah.
Pen of 5. Jesus.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Could be the end of Vernetta. So 14 on the top one.
Okay, so that spider just disintegrates in a ball of flame. Give me another damage roll for Vernetta.
12.
Okay, so 12. And your armor on your body is 4,
4.
but it ignores that. What's your toughness?
2.
Oh dear. You take another 10 wounds, Vernetta.
Oh, no.
2 hits.
So that puts me on -7.
All right. And the two spiders here dart back, so you get attacks of opportunity.
Dave,
against them.
before I do this, I've still got a fate point left. So can I
Yes.
use it for something? I'm trying to think. Is it worth trying to reroll the dodge, or just gonna? I'd like to use it to give me D5 wounds, please.
Yep. Okay.
So
So you're on -2.
-2.
All right. Also, the two spiders dodge back from the flame.
Worth it.
Vernetta, the spider, and the servitor all get attacks of opportunity.
Okay, so the spider first.
Mhm.
Any modifiers to this, Dave?
It's a straight weapon skill attack, so 36 is your weapon skill.
Spider misses.
All right.
Vernetta misses, and Flamer Dude. I don't know what his weapon skill is.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll damage. It's 2d10 plus 5. Yeah.
20 with a crit.
As the server, well, roll the damage just for the sake of it, but that is going to be a kill.
Misses on
Okay.
the confirmation.
Crushes the skull as it flees. Vernetta, roll 1d10.
At 6.
You are blown back by the explosive force of the ignited promethium. Make a toughness test, please.
Toughness, my only weakness.
You are fatigued.
Okay.
Okay, anything else from you guys? That's it, I think, in terms of actions, isn't it? Oh no, the spider was still attacking, so you do still have a free action. Half action,
Well-
sorry.
So, I mean, I gave the command as a half action to the Flamer Dude who shot. I don't think I've had. I think that still leaves me half action.
Yep,
Is
agree.
that right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll take a unaimed shot at this fleeing spider in this position.
All right. So it's ballistic skill plus 10 for range, plus 10 for single shot.
And minus 10 for fatigue.
Yes.
So miss.
All right.
I'll
Back to the top of the round. Sorry.
I'll comms as a free action and go, fucking spiders.
Back to the top of the round. It's Siegfried. I'm just going to grab a beer, though.
You must be making good progress with your bolt action army, Johnny.
I am, yeah. Basically, I'm just at the moment. I'm just painting. I've got basically all them guys painted, nearly.
You're a machine.
And then I've got the command group and mortar and machine gun team there. So, yeah, I've got to do all the collars and stuff like that, and do all the rank insignias and stuff. Yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. Gonna send me cross-eyed, basically.
Siegfried.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Plus 20, so plus 30 in total.
Oh, right, okay.
Somebody fucking spot something, please.
No, didn't see a thing.
Okay, so you see these 3 servo skulls to your south scuttling along the roof towards you.
Okay, I'm going to draw. Yeah, can I quick draw my rifle? Or what?
Yeah.
I mean, drop.
It would mean dropping your sword. Your rifle is still attached to you. It's on a strap.
Cool.
So you could drop your sword. It would be on the floor, and you could quick draw your rifle for nothing.
I'm going to do that, and then take a shot at the nearest one, at the lead one.
10 for aiming, 10 for single shot, 10 for range, 10 for red dot, plus 40.
40. Yep.
It dodges on an 8.
Oh. Okay.
Okay,
No worries.
Jarek. Jarek's going to have a quick... No.
Damn it.
Jarek's going to rush shield up. He's lost his spear at this point. Jarek... fucking knobhead. Jarek draws from his belt a hammer and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Charges in. And he's going to make a charge. Which he misses. This gentleman is going to rush at spring. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't get to attack because that's not a charge. But Vernetta, you're no. No, that's it. That's its turn. Theranos, Hayden, we've totally lost Hayden, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Theranos is going to half aim, shoot at the guy to the right of Jarek. So single. What's Theranos even fucking got equipped?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no worries. Can you do me a favour?
No. Fuck your favour.
No.
Range, single shot. Deathlight. He's going to use the Deathlight range single shot. So it's plus 20 ballistic skill. Bonus hits. Dodge fails. Oh dear. There's one wound to this chap here. Ted,
Yes.
make a awareness check, please.
The chance of this, lad, is minimal.
Okay, so you see Siegfried and Ferinus firing down the corridor to the south, and you see Jarek charging down there as well. You're not aware of anything else combat-wise.
Did I hear anything happening to Vernetta?
Nope.
Okay.
Only what she said over the Vox.
Okay. What's the range?
What was that evil cackle in the background there?
I think that's Alison amusing herself at something on TV. Oh, she's amusing herself at the cat, I think.
Endless source of fun.
Isn't it? Great little bastards. Right. I'm just checking. I think my charge might be 6. It's pretty shocking.
It must be more than that. Let's have a look. Where's Ted? There he is. Ted, you wee cunt. You're right. Yeah, your charge is 6. Oof.
His tiny little legs.
Hey, wee legs! You can't run as fast as your long shank bastards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can run further than a charge. You just wouldn't get an attack on the end of it.
I'm not gonna. What's the range on my hammer?
1 meter. It's a melee weapon only.
No, it's not, lad. I can
Oh,
pop it.
Have a look.
Yeah, yeah. That's just pretty.
You're never too young for Dark Heresy, Jacob.
Hello, little man. Hi. How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing great at the minute. He's just not settling for Sarah, so she's gone to the shop. So I'm sat in Dar. I think he might be trying to poo as well.
Nice. I empathise with that. But I don't have kids. Make of that what you will.
Yeah,
What is the range on a percussion hammer?
Heresy. Yeah, you spotted Heresy.
These are the heretics. These are your father's evil allies. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yes, son. Yes, my young apprentice.
Right.
Okay. A bit pooey, Jacob. I'll maybe change your pub in a minute. Put your feet up, son.
I think I've found it, Ted. Where's the percussion hammer? I can't find it anywhere, but I know it exists.
There, I finally found the lathe world. Here we go. Oh. There's actually
This is what Donny does when I go into the garage. I speak to my evil allies.
I pretend to be an assassin.
melee chrome 6 meters.
I pretend to be a psychotic assassin. That's
Yeah.
That's how
What is it, James?
6 meters.
6 meters.
And change.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you're in range of this guy.
Yeah, but I've charged down to where I am.
Ah, yeah, so you won't be able to use it, yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Ted?
1, 2. No, I'll run to here instead. Oh, that's tough, isn't it?
Oh,
8, 9, 10, 11.
Spring is in melee with this guy. She brings both her pistols up.
Well, there we go.
Right.
Daddy's yogurt tomorrow. Okay. I'll get a spoon. Little robber.
Robber.
Spring fires with both pistols, does nothing. This thing attacks Spring. Hits her. She's going to dodge.
You stay there, I'll get you a spoon.
Fails.
You take over.
12.
Yes, we will teach you the ways of chaos. First, you must learn of the eightfold path.
It begins with a pot of joy.
That's how they get you in the beginning.
Oh, dear. Spring takes 7 wounds from a
Jacob,
slash.
roll a
from this
D100.
guy. Sorry? Yeah. Jake, I have a dream Jake? What the hell? What's happened here? What is going on? I've got mystery things on the board that shouldn't be there.
No. You can do it. You can do it. Don't pretend you're a complete baby, because you know what to do. There you go, spoon. Oh, that's Daddy then. Daddy's hacks.
Johnny, I must warn you that if your child is here and you are not, there might be a dream sequence.
Oh no!
Okay.
Did Daddy eat your pot of joy? Did he?
I did.
Take the spoon for yourself. Take the spoon. Eat it.
It's Titulos. I've just found the other Titulos, the one that went missing earlier.
Take
It's still
the
on the board.
spoon. So begins your path of chaos.
Titulos is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to swing at this guy.
He's got warrior coordination.
Miss.
He took the spoon, Johnny.
He did.
He took his
Don't
destiny
take
in
the
his
spoon.
hands.
He did.
What the hell?
See if I can find you a
Getting
more
weird.
bonus.
All right.
Okay.
This one's going to attack. It misses. This one's going to attack. Titulos. Hits. Titulos. He's going to dodge. This is
Excuse me.
8, 6, 5. 2 wounds. Titulos takes 2 wounds. Next up is, well, that one's just gone. The one next to Jarek hits. Jarek's going to parry with his shield, misses. Doesn't get through its armor.
There we go.
Where's the final one? This one. On spring. Hits. Spring dodge this turn. No. She has not. Spring is going to... fail. Oh dear. 10. That's her armor. Minus toughness. Six. Spring takes 6 wounds, which puts her on -5.
Finish.
Jarek will swing at this guy with a hammer. All out attack. This is Siegfried von Morten.
Okay, I'll just if you just play it out for me. There's one in close combat range. Just attack it in close combat.
You're not in close combat with any.
Okay, he's going to pick up the sheath the sword and then pick up the rifle.
Half action to sheath the sword. Free action to ready the rifle.
Okay.
So you can do a half action.
Yeah, I'll just take just a pot shot. If I can.
Anyone in particular? Give me an awareness test if you can, Johnny.
I can't at the minute.
Oh,
Do you want me to do it for you?
Yeah. It's on taxi duty.
Yep. I see that. I'll do that for you. Awareness.
No, what's something different?
Do you want to watch some weird people playing a strange game on YouTube?
Fine, Sam at the minute.
All right, so you notice, Siegfried, there is a single one of these spiders attacking Spring behind you, and there's 3 of them converging on Tichelos and Jarek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So which one do you want to shoot at?
I ain't got the map in front of me, so I can't tell. Whichever one makes the most sense.
They're all in combat. They're all going to be tricky shots. The one on Spring is the closest.
I'll do the one.
Alan, do you want to advise him?
I would go for the one on Spring because she's.
Yeah, I'll go for the one on Spring.
She's struggling a bit, so.
Yeah, I'll go for the one on Spring because she's taking a lot of damage, hasn't she?
You should always protect the women first, shouldn't you, Siegfried?
Yes, it's the gentlemanly thing to do. So I will do a shot on your behalf, Siegfried.
Okay, thank you.
There's no aim involved in this. It's +10 for range, single shot, red dot, -20 for shooting into combat, so +10. That's a hit. It's going to try and dodge. It fails. 4 degrees success, so that's fucking right. That's loads of damage from Siegfried.
Oh.
Sniper rifle. There we go. And then yeah, that's enough to just kill it. It wasn't as epic a kill as the previous ones, but it is dead.
Very good.
Ted,
Yo.
what are you doing?
This one's still here.
Yep,
Okay. 2,
on the ceiling.
4. Cool. So I can charge to here then. That's 4.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'll twat this one.
Okay. Plus 20 for the charge.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh no, Ted. That's a miss.
All right. Last reroll then, Dave.
Okay. All of James's characters have 3 fate points. It's ridiculous.
No,
Oh
still.
no!
Is that right?
Fairness. Fairness is going to. Guys, it's up to you. What's Fairness going to do?
Well, I can't really see. I'm just going to pop myself around the corner so I can see what's going on. So.
Yep. They're all in combat. His brother's in combat. He is very protective of his little brother.
Yeah, well, has he taken any aims or anything? He's got the deathlight.
He took a shot last turn.
I think we'll go for a half aim and a single shot into combat with his brother and try and kill one here.
All right. So half aim, single shot. I don't think he's got a red dot on the deathlight, has he? Let me just check. Yeah, half aim, single shot.
So I'm gonna have to sign off.
Minus 20 for.
I've got to try
Sorry?
and get Jacob. I'm gonna have to sign off. I'm gonna have to.
All right, Johnny.
Oh no, it's all right. All right.
He's gone.
No, I'll go. I'll go. I'll settle him if you want. So I'm signing off because I'm gonna go and
Yeah, no worries.
go and get the bubble settled because he's been a bit restless. So
All right.
all right. Take care, guys. See you next
Good
time.
luck, Johnny.
Just,
See you later.
just kill
Good night,
stuff.
Johnny.
Just
See you later, man.
See you later.
Okay, let's play out the fucking end of this. Baroness misses. Spring will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just going to run to there. Vernetta.
Okay, I'd like to draw my med kit, I think, and stim myself.
Mhm.
And that'll be my go. I don't know about the droids. They're on spider attacking mission, but I don't know if they know where the spiders are, so...
They don't at the minute. They will keep watch and they will attack any that come into range.
Okay, that's my go then.
All right. So you are stimmed. All right. So this guy on Titulos hits. Titulos is going to going to try and dodge. Fails. Six. Titulos takes another 3 wounds. This guy on Jarek. In fact, both these guys on Jarek. First one hits. Second one also hits. Jarek's going to parry the first. He succeeds. The second one he doesn't because he can't parry twice. 8 minus his armor. Jarek takes 1 wound. And then it's Jarek who is going to swing this hammer. He's going to go all out attack this turn. That would have been in plus 30 because he's not. He's going to the one south of him. Jarek's going to use that.
Is Jarek a servitor or what?
No, he's Jarek's a naval armsman with no lower jaw and vocal cords. 14 cuts is through that. Jarek kills this guy. Von Morton. Where's Von Morton? He's there. He's going to shoot that guy. Half aim, single shot, range, red dot, plus 40, minus 20. So plus 20 in total for Siegfried. It's a hit. It's going to try and dodge. Fails. No bonus damage from Siegfried's rifle. It's armor 3. Does 3 wounds to this servitor. Head. What are you up to, Ted?
Oh, twat this thing again. Just north of Ted.
You get a plus 10 for Tichalos. Tichalos is fighting it as well.
Oh, well, I'm going all out, so that's 40. Still good.
Nice. Oh dear.
Oh,
How terribly unfortunate.
Oh dear. Fairness, what do you want Fairness to do, guys?
Just pop my head out again, see what I can see. I would have him just do the same thing as last time.
The one between Jarek and Tichalos is wounded.
Try and finish off. Half
Okay.
aim shoot.
Half aim, single shot, range, plus 30, minus 20, plus 10.
Are we rolling for him, Dave? Or
Oh, sorry. No, I'm rolling. I've got his character sheet. If I could be asked, I would give you control of the character sheets, but it just seems like a lot of effort. Miss.
No.
Oh, is there anyone in the line of fire? No, there isn't. Spring. Spring is going to... Where is Spring? She's down here. She's going to point blank with both pistols. So first one is point blank, single shot, red dot, plus 50, minus 20, plus 30 for the first one. That's a hit. Just going to try and dodge. Dodges. Second one is same roll, but with minus 20 for the offhand. Also a hit. Can't dodge that. Where's Spring's weapons? There they are. Okay. 6 wounds. It takes 6 wounds. Vernetta.
I'm going to heal myself with Medicaid, please.
Okay. So it's plus 20 for the medikit.
That's for 1 degree.
So what's your intelligence? 50. So you heal 6 wounds.
Okay. That's my go, I guess.
All right. The spider and the servitor are not in range, are they? So I'm gonna have to go for a piss. I'll be right back.
It's like a nursery rhyme for 40k. I don't know if it's servitor.
I'm going to go for a slash as well then.
Okay. This game has not gone as I expected.
What were you expecting, Dave?
I was expecting people to not leave like throughout the game and end up with only 2 players. All right. I'm going to randomize who this guy goes for. 1, 2, 3. It's Titulos. 4, 5, 6. It's Ted. He goes for Titulos. That's a miss. The other one, I'm going to do the same. Randomize between Jarek and Titulos. Oh. Jarek. That's a hit. Jarek's going to try and parry. Jarek, where are you? There you are. Jarek parries. Siegfried, what do you want Siegfried to do, guys?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's been developing with Siegfried. Has he just been shooting into combat?
He was, and then he switched to his sword in melee. I'll be honest. Siegfried's built for ranged more than melee,
Uh-huh.
but he is pretty good in melee.
This guy only needs a little ding, doesn't he? He ain't got any. He can't avoid. I don't know. Like it's a really.
Yeah,
not really
just have him shoot. I think we should have him shoot into combat. That's what Siegfried would do anyway, I think.
It probably is.
Yeah.
He's not averse to risking the other people.
Half aim snipe.
Okay. Aim, single shot, range, red dot,
Accurate.
shooting into combat. Yeah, plus 30. Keep forgetting about accurate. He shouldn't really miss very often.
No.
That's kind of the point of him. He's going to try and dodge. Fails. I don't think he can't fail to kill him here. Yeah. Dead. Ted.
What?
Hayden's Walker says I'm here.
Hayden's here. Where?
Hayden
But where,
returns.
Hayden? But where?
Hayden is all around us.
Hayden is everywhere. Hayden is within you. Yeah, that's hit. I'm going to try and dodge. I fail.
Okay. 19.
Yeah, that's enough. You destroy the last of the spider skulls. It explodes in a shower of heretical sparks. And we'll leave it there because